Attention all patriots! It is time.
What is that?
Well, that sounded a little more menacing than I want. No, we're going to Pyro Spot.
I was like, storm it!
Yeah, it's straight storm the tent. Get your fireworks. It's time for fireworks. It's time to celebrate our fine country. July 4th is around the corner.
Yeah.
And where are you going for your fireworks? I know where you're going. You're going to Pyro Spot.
So the Longwood location's open. That's on 434 and 1792. Tomorrow, June 24th,
Yes.
the Eustis location opens, and also the Sanford location right there in Seminole Town Center Mall parking
Yeah,
lot.
you can whip in the parking lot, park, get all your stuff, or you could. Well, is delivery closed yet?
Well, they're still doing some delivery.
Yeah.
Go to iwantfireworks.com.
It's a limited menu for what you can have delivered, but hey, if you're strapped for time, deliveries might be the best option you could get. They got everything listed on their website. You can go to YouTube and type in Pyro Spot. Every single firework they own comes up on YouTube, and you can look at it, see if you want to buy it or not. To try it before you buy it.
They've got some T&D specials. They got the Bat at Life kit. That's $199. They got the Bye Bye Fingers. That's $299.
Yeah, so
and
disrespectful.
Then they got the Neighbor Hater. That's $499.
Yeah.
That comes with so much stuff. I mean, you could put on a Disney World fireworks
it's
display.
like
with a Pyro Spot.
professional quality level, no dud guarantee. And we've been working with Craig for, I want to say it's like the 10th year we've been talking about fireworks with him.
He gets the best fireworks. He vets them himself.
Well, he's kind of cuckoo for he really loves fireworks.
And they're the lowest prices you're going to find.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
He undercuts everybody.
You can go to other tents.
Don't try it.
He's been doing this for so long. He's a good businessman.
You'll regret it. And if you find something that's comparable, cheaper, show him, and he'll be mad.
And if you don't want to do a huge display, they've got all the small stuff.
Yeah.
The stuff.
Snap and pop, sparklers, the traditional stuff. If you're, if you're a pussy, you can do it.
He's got the cool fountains and all the tanks, the
everything.
The race cars.
Medium-sized cake, small cakes,
Yeah.
massive. You can buy that 600 cake, the one that Bustecker keeps talking about. But it's iwantfireworks.com. It's our buddy Craig. It's Pyro Spot Fireworks. Enjoy your 4th of July, and happy birthday, America.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, it is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
It is the only show that is completely controlled by a PlayStation controller. So simplistic. Our producer, Sam, is here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
Seth Petrozelli's here. How you doing, Seth?
I'm good.
He's having issues over
what's
there.
wrong?
This
wrong?
it was all tied together. It was in a bow.
No, you got the wrong.
No,
You're
you got
supposed to
shit.
use those right
Oh,
there.
I was looking back here. I just asked you before we started.
Oh,
I
I'm
was
sorry.
Where's the headphones?
No,
You guys-
they-
all three-
Fight.
There's no fight. I mean, I don't fight. You fight an MMA fighter?
But all three of you ignored me as I said. I was like, okay.
Oh,
You didn't say it loud enough.
I screamed it. I was like, where's the
my God,
headphones?
the neediness has already started. The baby's not even
I had
here
my
yet.
headphones on. I was listening to the music.
Daniel and I will be at Celery City tomorrow, 6:30.
May have been a bad idea. I don't know. Why did we do that?
I'm abandoning the small casket that I bought. I think.
No, it's right here.
No, but I
Hold it up at least.
We got bagpipe player.
Yeah,
with,
I booked. Okay, here's the tiny casket.
We got the.
Here's
gravestone.
Here's the tiny casket. It's real. You can look in there, and I don't know if you can see this at twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live, even on YouTube at Tom and Dan Live. You can see there's a little pillow in there. satin pillow and a little stick to prop it open if we did open casket, but we're not doing
And
open.
I don't think we're going to do Seth's funeral kata
Okay.
anymore.
What's wrong? He's been practicing all week, dude.
Did you really want to do it? Because when I first texted
he
you,
said he
you
wanted
said
to do it.
this is.
I do anything to make people laugh, so even at my own expense.
We're not mocking. This is
you can
this
still
is-
come out and do it if you,
You can
want.
still come out and do it if you'd like.
You want to do it before or after the bagpipes?
I can't do it during because I do good music kata.
Oh, hold on. You have a traditional Irish music kata?
I feel like
No, we can do it.
I'm a little worried about Ken from pipeinflorida.org
Oh, yeah.
or whatever. I booked this
Daniel
guy.
started lying to him. I'm like, you have to tell him the truth.
I did not lie to him.
No,
Okay,
you were leaving
Tom
out
think-
details.
Tom thinks, and as a businessman, it concerns me that you think showing your hand is lying.
Well, okay. Well, you should have said as a gambler.
I
was a businessman. Holding back
our
truth.
business is most important to me than your gambling. But like, my point is, like when I was booking this guy, I just said, "Hey, we're doing a celebration for we're doing a celebration." I think it was that.
Yeah.
I think it was super simple at first. I think it was like, "Hey, we're doing a celebration. We need a bagpipe player." That was it. And then the guy was like, "I'm in."
Yeah, but I was like, you have to tell
No,
him.
I don't have to
for
tell him
Blizzard,
nothing.
and
If you told me
this is a show.
if you told me you're doing a celebration, come to a kata, and I showed up and it's a fucking dead lizard, I'd be a little.
Oh, you start kicking the tables around
Yeah,
like
they-
Jesus and the money changers?
Well,
No, but he's gonna be like, "Why'd you
No.
trick me? You hoodwinked me, and this is an embarrassment."
I don't know if you
and
can
we're-
say hoodwink anymore. But no, I did not feel the need because I.
Where did that come from?
Originally, I had said I think I said we have a celebration of life that we would like a bagpipe player to play something that we would normally have at a memorial, like taps. And or something sad. Right. And then the guy was like, yes. And then you have to put in your minimum budget and maximum budget, which is stupid. You should put in a minimum budget. Yeah. Maximum budget, they're just going to go, I'll take the max. And that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Is that what he did? Did he take the max?
No, I deliberately made them both the same.
I was going to say.
Yeah, set your
This
max
isn't
to
my
the
first
min.
rodeo. I'm not a complete idiot.
a dollar
So I
difference.
booked Ken from Pipe in Orlando. Because apparently there's an army of pipers that will come to anything you have and they'll play their bagpipes.
I would rather you get a flautist to do
But
more
then
more
Tom was pressuring me to give him more details because he wants me to he's afraid that we're going to embarrass Ken. So I was like, hey, just so you know, our pet lizard passed away, and I just didn't want you to feel weird. And he was like, I don't care, I'm Ken, and I just want your money. Fucking don't care, I'm Ken the piper.
No, I know, but for the off chance that he shows up and then he's like, "What is this?" And then I'm trying to avoid
What is
awkward.
this? You know what?
Something's not
You know
right.
what?
No.
I'm fucking out of here.
I don't know how serious people take their lives because that's something I can't gauge. If people are like, I put on my funeral clothes
He
for
was
this.
getting
I
paid.
don't know.
If it were free, I would
Yeah.
agree with you and say yes, more details were warranted. He was getting paid.
He gets paid to do whatever you want.
He gets paid to pipe. I said it's a one-song gig. Whether it's for a lizard, my dick, my wife, dead fish, God, Jesus,
Yeah, but again,
a sub sandwich.
got some bald guy doing kung fu out there.
Literally, yeah, we got a new dad out of here doing karate chopping and kicking. It doesn't matter, right? He's getting paid.
Shark
Well,
Week
I'm not getting paid.
is coming up, so we're doing a Shark Week. Why'd you tell him that we're paying?
Yeah, I'm not getting
bagpipe?
paid.
Well, I didn't say this is a
Well,
paid
I mean,
guy.
you
I said
were
it's
a
about-
Kata's way more strenuous
Well, you
than
were a
blowing into
friend.
hole.
You were a friend of Lucas, so you're doing it out of
I was an
kindness.
advocate, meaning I wanted you to let him go.
Ken never knew him. So Ken needs a little more to get on site.
Anyway,
You could just not do it, Seth.
Yeah, you can just not.
No, because I feel bad for the poor guy, so I do want to.
He is an animal lover.
I do want to honor him by doing a kata.
He's not fucking around either. He's
the
very
more and
serious
more we
about
talk
it.
about it, the more I
Should we
feel
just? We
embarrassed.
shouldn't have even talked about it. We should have just said, "Hey, if you want to show up and have a beer, this is what we originally." Because we've been
even
bailing
have
on it.
I hope no one shows up. so it's just gonna be us. I'm drinking beer. All the guy playing the bagpipe. Like, oh,
I'll shake her. Thank you. I'll buy Ken a
I
beer.
yell, no one video this.
You're
Yeah.
not going to use the casket. You're just going to throw the lizard out in the fucking parking
No,
lot.
I don't.
Okay.
A huge plaque. Did you see the plaque
No, I
in
didn't see
there?
anything.
It was a gravestone.
We have a gravestone.
Oh my god!
which I
really?
got approval
It's right
from
there.
Paul.
Go look
This
at it.
fucking big, Seth. How did
It's
you not?
stone. I don't know.
It's
It's
granite.
right there
It's
on the
granite.
counter.
You want me to get
It's
it? I'll
actual
get it.
granite.
Yeah, it's granite.
Yo, it's a. I think
spent
it's
a lot
a.
of
Wasted
money
a
on
lot of money on this.
Yeah,
I think
you
it's
were
a-
definitely paying me for this.
Babies. No, we wasted it all on the gravestone and the casket. We're not going to use.
And the pagger and the Oh God, yeah.
Hey, well,
That's nice. That's really nice.
I mean, it's just
and you
small.
have an etched lizard in it.
Yeah.
I put his picture on there, dude.
A laser engraved. that costs extra.
Yeah, I laser engraved that.
You
I
guys
mean,
showed
that's
you guys
that,
showed this.
Haven't I
earlier.
learned my lesson?
that came from the actual Wuhan wet market.
can't
That
see that.
actual
Oh,
gravestone.
great.
Yeah.
I like the wings. The wings are a good touch.
Well, I added
flying
that.
to heaven.
We're
I had
doing.
I had to like.
I mean, I have a green gi to wear too.
Tracy in the chat, Seth's Tracy.
Do you have a
Oh,
lizard
Tracy-
mask?
Tracy
What if
says,
he did it?
Tell them about the fly on our shower door, Seth.
What does this mean?
Uh-oh.
It's not that weird. I mean, it's weird. I guess I don't know.
Did you eat a fly?
Did
No,
you do
no,
a
no.
ceremonial kata for a dead fly?
Well, no. I wrote a poem for him though, and I stuck a note to it on the shower door, and it was a big fly. It was flying around. I didn't kill it for a while because I don't know. I don't like killing things, man. I like letting things go. And it was on the. It was really bugging me.
Gross.
It was on the shower door. My whole shower is like all glass, like it's a steam room.
Tom
right?
has that. You guys that like a butt fucking. You guys that like it in the butthole. You guys
mine doesn't have a door, though.
Yours is like the submersible. It's sealed from the inside. You can't get out.
I didn't spring for the door, so all the steam rust. You know, like your bathroom lights will rust.
Yeah.
like it's all rusty.
Well, if you
No,
buy
I
the cheap
feel-
lights, if you buy
mine's all waterproof up there. Like
if you buy the
everything-
cheap lights, they'll rust.
I bought a bathroom
You have
light.
rusty lights?
It got rusty. I didn't even think that was possible.
I don't think that is possible.
That's his porn name.
Never
Is
heard of
Rusty
that.
Lights.
all like anything that's the chrome bathroom, like the towel hangers, all
Chrome.
they're all
Chrome.
tiny.
What are you? 2003?
dots of rust.
Who are you? Wes Borland?
So
I killed the fly and then felt bad and I put a sticky note right by it and I wrote, "Hi, my name's Wingy," and I had a whole poem about how I might
Look at my dinghy.
kind
That's
of.
it.
I kind of. It was
My
all,
name
it was
is
all about his
Renegade.
soul
Look at my
ascending to
dinghy.
heaven.
This is the worst show we've ever done. We've only.
This guy's having a kid.
My God.
What are you, a fly?
Yeah.
Like you
Wingy
care about
dingy.
a fly? I mean, there is there's got to be
Mainly,
a
I didn't-
spectrum of things you care about.
Yeah, well,
And-
mainly I didn't want to clean it off the wall, and I did that for Tracy.
Listen,
Because I just
that's
put it on the.
nothing compared to what the hell you guys are doing for this lizard. So it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Well, the lizard is it's higher on the spectrum
It is
than a
higher.
fly.
It's more
To you.
important.
Yeah, the
More
lizard.
important.
The
Nothing
lizard.
there.
This was a
Everybody.
personal fly for Seth.
No, it's,
Well, it has been in my bathroom for a few days.
Yeah, they bonded.
You have
Eating my-
flies in your bathroom?
Yeah, my
They
poop,
trauma
they're
bonded.
around my poo-poo toilet for some reason.
Oh, I wonder
think
why. Because there's poo-poo everywhere.
Yeah, they're on the bidet. They're on the bidet thing that comes out.
You
There's
gotta
poop on it.
clean that.
Well, I do. I've been cleaning it, but sometimes I forget for a day or two, and the flies get to it.
Oh, my God. Jesus Christ.
fucking throw
That
up.
makes you want to gag. It really does, dude. Dude, oh, my God. Clean your bidet.
gotta
You have
eat lunch already.
you have a
Just-
sour bidet.
don't use toilet paper. With it. It's
I'm
fine.
with
that's-
Tom.
It's
that's
fine
gross.
for
I'm with
everybody.
Tom. Smear it around. It's
That's
fine.
gross.
It's fine because if you
Or
smear
get
it
an
around
actual
enough, it
bidet.
fall- yeah.
Anyway.
Get a real one, like where it's a separate thing you sit on.
Oh, like the old school style, where it's
Yeah.
actual.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
grandma had
Traditionally.
it.
Yeah,
Traditional.
they're selling Beyonce's bidet.
Yeah.
We talked
Yeah,
about
you
it.
should buy
No
Beyonce's
way.
bidet.
It's
How
like
much is that?
$2,400, I think.
$2,400. You
I
want
might.
that?
That would be a cool get
Can
to
you
have.
get him the link for Beyonce's
I could-
bidet?
it might have
You could
already been sold. I don't know.
mean, your
Wouldn't that be cool to have Beyonce's
your
bidet?
soon-to-be wife mother deserves Beyonce's bidet.
It's a separate one though.
It's a separate one.
Yeah. You have to run the plumbing.
You have to run the plumbing. It's a lot of
Modern
Hey, you have
PI.
your dad do it. Modern PI can come over.
Yeah, your dad, don't get. You need an actual licensed plumber
Yeah.
to run some.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah, but
gonna,
he's cheap like you.
Yeah.
Except you did do Modern PI for your outdoor shower, which is weird.
Yeah.
But I think that's only because they were a client and you're just
Yeah,
stars.
yeah.
There's something wrong there.
I'm gonna-
He
everything
did it
here.
the right way one time,
We
right?
got 3 days to bid on this thing. It's already
I
up
still
to
have?
24, 25. 24,
Oh, so it's like a-
25.
Man, he comes in
It's
there
on
with,
eBay, yeah.
He comes in there with 2,800.
Really? I was thinking 3. It's like right at 3.
Yeah, then go 3. Go 3, get it.
You got till Monday at 5.
What colors? What color is it?
It's white with like gold handles.
Ooh, okay.
Nice. And you could put a plaque on it that says Beyonce's bidet with like a picture of her.
Oh, is it? I hope it's used.
Yeah, it's used.
Well,
she sat on it.
Some other person bought their old rental house and they're just selling it. They're like, well, I think they used it. Who's not? You live in a house for a year, you're going to use the bidet once, right?
Sure.
Even if you're not into it, just to test
Just
it.
to test
Yes.
it.
So, speaking of poop,
Hey,
Gross.
Shark Week coming up,
Yes.
July 10th. It's a BDM show only, and it's our 10th year of doing this. Which
Okay, can I
blew
have my wish?
GD mind.
Can I have my wish?
No.
We're killing it. Come on, please.
Okay, what is it?
We're
What is it?
killing it. It's done.
After the 10
Yeah,
years,
it's done.
okay. Well, this
We're-
may be
it's
the
done.
last Shark Week.
No more.
But I thought you said that last time, didn't you?
I did say. I say it
I
every
see
year.
BDMs,
I say it
they're
every year,
saying
and they
that-
pull me back in. But this is the one.
It's the only
Everyone likes
reason
them.
they
Go
pay.
out on top. Go out on top.
So anyway, you have to be a BDM to hear
Let's
that.
go out like Seinfeld, and then immediately into B movie.
And if you have a short story, email sam@tomandan.com if you want to be in the
You
competition.
get a lot.
I already got 3.
He gets a lot of enjoyment out of saying, "Email Sam."
Well, Sam's been handling it for how long?
10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
So, all right. So, I want to talk to Seth about this. Have you heard about the Zuckerberg-Musk fight?
Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg.
For jiu-jitsu?
No, well, okay.
Gotta get in the octagon.
I had heard that it was fake, and then I heard that it was real, and then I heard that it was fake, and then I heard
Okay.
that it was real. And now we're at a point where it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just one of these big, massive pop culture, like,
Now,
iconic ideas.
I'll preface this by saying I don't think it actually will happen because I started looking at it.
I don't think it's real, is it? Is it real?
Well, it's just
Dana White says that they're serious about it.
Yeah, they're.
I
and,
believe that guy.
and
Slap my wife around.
it seems like they're just both fucking around and trolling the media on Twitter
Especially-
I
or
think
whatever.
Zuckerberg actually wants to do it.
Yeah, of
I
course
don't
he
think
does.
Musk does.
I
Because
think
he's
so,
been training
too.
jujitsu
Yeah, he's been in
for
jiu-jitsu
3
for-
years now.
He also wanted to buy Twitter years ago, and they wouldn't sell to him, and then Elon got it.
Yeah, if you ever look at
But
Zuckerberg,
Elon's bigger, isn't it? Is Elon bigger?
He's
yeah,
taller.
fatter.
And well, I don't know.
But
He's on
jiu-jitsu, that
Ozempic,
doesn't
right?
matter.
He is on Ozempic. Elon is on Ozempic. He
So-
weighs how tall is
Okay.
6'1"?
Okay.
What's Ozempic?
6'1".
Zuckerberg, 39 years old, 5'8", 154.
5'8". God, little
Now
people.
Lean.
they have a
54.
more
Lean, 158.
Now,
Wowie.
he just won a jiu-jitsu competition out in
Right.
California. He's been training for 3 years. You know,
He was a blue belt, I think, right? I
Yeah,
think
something
I
like
don't
that.
know.
And then old
Well,
Musk.
that's important.
Musk is 51, 6'1", and this is the funny part. When they
He's
go
got
to
old man muscles on him.
No, but this is like
When
It's like a barrel.
This part is embarrassing. As a man, I've always been a big believer in if somebody asks you your weight and they can look at you, say your weight.
True. Okay.
That's not what's happening.
well, I don't even know if anybody asked
Yeah, I
them.
think this is speculation.
I think they're speculating because they have no idea. but
anybody can speculate. I'm a human. I can look at him and speculate.
6'1", yeah.
They speculate his weight being anywhere between 165 or 187,
no.
and there's no. He's got to be higher than that. And,
okay.
maybe he lost weight.
He
but
wouldn't be
the last
165 on the moon.
No,
No,
I
no,
could see
not a
180s, 190s. Yeah, I see that.
dude,
He's
six-
too
I seen him without his
He's
shirt
210.
off.
Have you seen
No.
him
Pull
on that
Pull up the
boat?
walrus.
Dude, when you pull him up on that boat, you're like, you're 210, you're 215 all
that's
day
gotta
long.
be.
All
I'm
day
one.
long.
I'm 180.
Yeah.
and I think I'm leaner than Musk.
as-
but I'm only 5'9".
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
Adam,
short.
at my lowest when I was
Yeah,
when
you're
I was
short.
riding the Peloton every day,
How dare you.
and I didn't hurt my back, I got down to 148. Right, that's
Yeah.
the leanest I've ever been, and that was last year. Right now, as I sit, I'm
elementary
163.
Hard to tell.
I'm a blob. He's going to say he's 165.
Yeah, he's 6'1".
I'm 163 as I sit here, dude. No way.
He's an
5'1".
M-word.
I'm 5'2". Yeah, and I'm an M word.
you're
Thank
5'1".
you. Thank you.
Anyway,
Two.
regardless.
I'm 5'2".
So it's funny because I think this is all just a troll of media and whatever, and this is never will happen because the one argument of why people think it may happen is because they're talking about how much money it could raise, and then
huge.
like Dana White said that it could be the biggest fight ever on pay-per-view.
It would be.
And they could raise like people are throwing out $1 billion or whatever. But if Zuckerberg and Musk if their motivation was to raise $1 billion for charity, they could do it.
I mean, they have $1 billion. I mean, they have $1 billion to
Yeah,
spare.
They
But I'm
do
saying-
have it to spare. They could collectively say the interest of X gave us this. Here's the money.
They could do a
But that's-
dozen different things.
They're not gonna do that.
That in the same amount of time it would take even Musk to start training because Zuckerberg's already training in jiu-jitsu, which puts him. And this is what I want to ask Seth. So, Seth, you got someone who, I mean, he's not a professional by any means, but Zuckerberg's been training for 3 years. He won some competition, some amateur competition, whatever.
I would even say he's sort of an athlete. Like the guy does it, like he's scuba
Have you
dives
seen-
and surfs, and he's an athlete.
Yeah, that depends. Does Musk have time to actually get in shape? Whether he trains jiu-jitsu,
He
or not,
doesn't
does
work
have
out.
time to get.
He proclaims he does not
But
work
what
out.
if he started now?
What if he started
and
had 3-4 months or whatever? I don't know how long.
Well,
it is.
that's what I was
And
going to
he's
ask you.
51.
Yeah. So the age difference, 11 years age difference makes a difference. 39 to 51. Like, I mean, if I was fighting a 28-year-old, he would have a huge advantage.
Do you think Seth could take Elon and use his Petro diet plan and whip him into shape to beat?
No. Because Zuckerberg
Ringing endorsement for you, Seth.
I can get him a
Zuckerberg already has 3.5 years
he's in it.
training behind his belt.
But how good is his jiu-jitsu? Yeah, he has 3.5 years, but that puts him on a blue belt level. Blue belt levels will definitely tap out just an average person on the street for sure.
But he also won a competition in jiu-jitsu against other people that trained in jiu-jitsu.
Right,
You know?
that's with a gi, first of all. So it maybe translate a little different to when you don't have anything on and you're shirtless.
Interesting.
So it's different.
Never thought about that.
It's different, 100%. But the body control and that is the same.
Also, do you think that maybe he's surrounded by yes men and they let him win?
No, I think he actually was in competition with a random person.
It was not.
What if they
I think
paid
it was
him
Naga,
off?
So, they could have been.
I mean, sure, anything's on the table when
Well,
you
I
have
think
that kind of money. I mean, you can make any conspiracy theory, but if we want to believe that it's real, I think this was as real as it gets because there's something about that guy. When I look into his eyes, what's his name? Zuckerberg. When I look at Zuck, I go, this is a guy that literally feels like he has to prove something masculine.
Because he's so non-masculine.
I don't know if it's that, but it just it looks like he's like when you see him surfing on that hydrofoil, and he's how weird that was.
Yeah.
Like whenever you see him, it always looks like he needs to prove something to be like a little more.
Musk is a question mark because I don't know how crazy he could be in a fight. Like maybe he just brawls hard and he's good at stopping. I mean, Zuckerberg.
I don't know if he's ever swung a punch in his life.
I don't think he has ever.
Zuckerberg doesn't know how to
used to get
wrestle. He
beat
can
up.
pull guard, but the weight on top of him of Musk and just hammer fists. It's a big difference when it's MMA and jiu-jitsu. But
if you don't train, the difference between
yeah,
someone who
of course.
trains and doesn't train is so much that I
but
feel
does
like
he have 3 months to get the basics down where he knows how to throw?
He's a billionaire. He can do anything he wants.
But then again, it's not like he doesn't have anything else to do. Like the guy, I assume, is a busy as fuck guy and that's what I look at it when it all boils down to time, right? All these billionaires, I've seen interviews with them and whatever, and I assume because this has to be true that with unlimited resources and money, right, that you have everything you could possibly want. The only thing you can't buy is time, right? Your human body is dying, and they know that, and they are well aware that time is their biggest commodity. So doing anything like this would take months to, it would distract from their ultimate goals, whatever the hell that is, or whether they want to do something that's never been done or leave a legacy or change the world in some way. They all, I assume, want to enjoy their lives or do something that no other human has done. You know what I'm saying? Or with unlimited money, that the time is the only thing you don't have, and I don't see any of them dedicating the time.
Zuckerberg dedicates his time to jiu-jitsu.
Here's some video of Zuck doing some jiu-jitsu for you, Seth.
That's for his health and
here he is,
on the right.
Yeah, he's on the right.
He is small. I thought he was
5'7".
Yeah, he's a little guy. So there he is at the tournament, and you can see him. I think, this video says he complains.
And on the right here, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg. In the end, at least in this match, Zuck would not be pleased.
So he pulled guard. Oh, so he lost.
Yeah, he lost this one.
He just sloppily pulled guards.
Well, there's amateurs here now.
Well, they're all amateurs when you do these tournaments. Even I'm an amateur when you go in these tournaments. You're not paid.
Yeah, explain this to us. So, when he goes into this...
it's like me doing a karate tournament. I'm an amateur in that karate tournament because you're not getting paid. Everyone's amateurs in there.
Well, you are a former professional.
I'm a former
Do you have to disclose that?
No, I haven't.
Well, that's what I mean.
No, because I wasn't a professional in that sport. I was a professional in MMA.
When I say amateur... I'm going to change the word to enthusiast. Either enthusiast, but so okay, but even further beyond that, like so let's say they really did actually fight, because I played it out in my head. I was like, okay, let's say for whatever reason Elon Musk was like, okay, I'll do this. Zuckerberg will for sure do. He's already training, you know. It's like so
Musk will gas out. He'll get his back and choke him. Done.
So
that's what I think will happen.
So say you did this, and say you did raise an insane amount of money, and everybody pays $100 to see this shit, the fucking spectacle, or whatever, and then it's inevitably going to be a boring fight. Right, it's not going to be what
they're not
people,
fighters.
Exactly.
Right.
So and you look at big stunt fights like this, like Conor McGregor Mayweather fight, right?
They knew what they were doing.
Which was previously, or which is the biggest pay-per-view fight that's ever been done, right?
Sure.
And you could say stunt fight, because one's an MMA fighter, one's a boxer. So, but they are professional fighters, so they can make it look good, even though a boxing analyst would say it's not that good of a fight.
Right.
But they know how to fight. So and I believe totally that they got together before and they agreed that Mayweather was just probably going to play defense for 8 rounds, and
if you know how to fight, can't you make the fight look better? I mean, even with what
exactly
you've done. I mean, you know how to stand and fight. You know how to, you also know how to do other things, but you know how to stand and throw punches. And if you're going to stand and throw punches, and the other guy's going to stand and throw punches, well,
but you also can
you make it look
you can also do it where you're not going to knock the guy out right away and make it look real.
And then everybody watching is like, oh shit! And really, it's not, you know. And then so when you get Musk and Zuckerberg in there, they don't know how to do that.
It's not going to be good.
They're going to be huffing and puffing.
This
rolling.
wasn't good.
Yeah, it's going to be sloppy.
That's why I wanted to pull this up. I wanted to see your first reaction. Your first reaction was, well, he pulled him down real sloppy and slow. Right?
Yeah,
it's slow.
Yeah, and that's with Iggy. That's with him grabbing onto something and like pulling him on top. He's going to have nothing. It's going to be all slippery. And it's going to be like,
And
the Musk is probably going to throw like sloppy punches.
And
neither of them are striker. They're
not
fighters.
athletes.
They're not. Well, I mean, I would say that out of the two of them, I'd give
Zuckerberg
the nod for being athletic.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's not a fighter.
How sad
being
is
an
that?
athlete and being a fighter are different too, right? Like you can be athletic, you can be an athlete, you can be really fast, you can be like really flexible, but you don't necessarily know how to take punches or know how to give punches.
But he knows how to, he knows jujitsu.
Yeah, right. He knows, right. And I think he knows the most important part. Probably, which is like the basics, right?
With that many years of training, you got a lot more advantage. But anyway,
how many years did you do jiu-jitsu?
In jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
I've been training jiu-jitsu since 1999.
A lot of
Crazy.
years. So
crazy.
But I'd bet heavily this never happens.
Not a math guy.
And also. They know that it would be boring and anticlimactic, and then they know that everybody who paid for this, if they were the only reason to do it would be for the marketing, I guess, just for the spectacle of it.
Charity.
And
charity?
No. But as I said, they could raise the money for charity. And so it would just be to get their name, just for the marketing of it. But again, this would be detrimental to their brand because people would be pissed if they actually did it. Yeah. And they know that, and therefore it will never happen. The fight will never happen.
This whole conversation was pointless because it was.
That's true.
That's basically.
But I want to tell people that if they think that they're looking at this and Dana White's like, hey, they're serious, it's never going to happen. No way.
I do I've come around on the goof fights. Like, I'm not harsh on them anymore. I'm okay with them. Line them up. Line them all up. Because I know what they are now. Before, I think I was looking at it with wrong lenses, right? Like now, if you have
I'll call the next goof fight.
You already got one coming?
It will be the biggest fight, and it'll be Tyson versus one of the fucking Pauls.
I had heard that, but I didn't know how serious that was. You think that's going to happen?
Well, that is I looked at I understand a little bit about goof fights.
You've done it. You've done it one or two.
There's, a lot of the goof fights is a lose-lose scenario.
I just thought Tyson would be the end that wouldn't happen. I didn't think, as crazy as he is, it seems like he's gotten it all lined up, and he's got the cannabis farm. He's got the podcast.
He doesn't need that shit.
It just seems like he's doing okay. So why go now? Granted, it could be a super hot injection of a payday. I get it, but you don't, like Seth said, you don't need it. You're older. You don't need to do that. Or do you want to see if you still got it one more time?
Why not? Because there's a lot.
I do like a why not.
And there's also, if Tyson is still keeping in shape and then he fully believes that he could beat the Paul
then
brothers, then he's had nothing. Like, the only thing he'd have to lose is if he gets accidentally knocked out.
I don't think he'll lose Jake against Jake.
No, I don't think so either.
But I still seen him hitting pads. He's freaking sharp.
He may wait until he gets to an age where it's close. Because I don't know.
I feel like he's a punching machine, man. In the idea that like you could go in there and just start hitting him as hard as you could, and something in his body would reset because he's made for boxing, and he would go, and it would almost be like he would defense himself to the point where you guys gassed out, and then he would murder. He would murder you.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like he's made to do that, even at a really old level.
What about when he's 70? You know what I'm saying?
How old is he now?
I think he's late, like real late 50s, maybe. Look up
That's
Tyson's
getting close.
age.
But he's still, like I said, I seen him hit pads, and he's
I know now.
56.
Okay,
so he's good. He's got about
So what about 4 years?
4
when
or
he's
5
60?
years.
Yeah, I think he'll beat him.
I
think he can, because I think he's that guy. I think he's the exception.
And then
he definitely seems
Paul,
like
are they in
it.
their 30s? They're 20s. They're 20s.
No, they got to be in their 20s.
Yeah, they're 20s.
I want him to be, right? Like there's a part of me I want to root for him. I want him at 60 to be able to beat anybody.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's funnier to me.
It is. Well, it would be an interesting fight because then everybody would have the.
Well, it could be like youth and lack of boxing knowledge versus really good. Just you have all the talent in the world and you're old.
Well, in 4 years, I mean, the Paul brothers have been training for 10 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not really that lack of. I mean, 10 years of straight boxing training, you could give yourself some fucking.
But 10 years of the Paul's training versus 10 years of his training, I don't think you can compare that.
Plus, they're not fighting all the time. They're just boxing. They're just training. They're not having fights. Tyson had hundreds and hundreds of fights.
Of course.
He was a champ, like a standing champ.
That alone is.
But he hasn't fought in,
forever. But I still think he did it when he was doing it, he did it in a very much a legitimate, like almost like junkyard, real deal boxing style. What they're getting is not real boxing. It's not.
I fought an old man boxer one time. He had one leg, I will say that. And he's not Mike Tyson, but everybody was talking shit how the old man was going to beat my ass because he'd been training all his life or boxing, and I got in there, and his punches were so slow.
Yeah, but this old man's not
laughable.
Tyson.
No,
That's
100%.
I'm saying,
I don't know.
My argument
he had one
would
leg,
be
so he had
that
no way
Tyson,
to turn his hip.
My argument would be that
Age will
Tyson
get
was
ya.
born for two things, and it's either pinch and eat stuff or boxing, and that's it. And
Of course.
everything else is like, and he will maintain that to the point where, like, I think in his late 60s he couldn't beat them, but I feel like at 60 he could still beat them.
That's why it'd be a
I'd
great
watch
fight.
it. I'd watch it.
Then
Yeah,
that's
I'm in.
why
You got me in.
Everybody would be, and that's what you need for a good fight is the argument. You need the polarization of everybody. Like, oh, this is why and that's what with the fucking Musk and Zuckerberg shit. It's like, I feel
It'll be talked about, but it'll be a shitty fight.
But also, there's no reason to do it, and I think Zuckerberg would easily beat Musk because of his training. Like, and it would be no fight at all.
True.
Anyway, so let's.
We'll take a quick break.
Oh, just got my fourth Shark Week story.
Oh, hey, they're coming in. They're coming in hot. They're coming in hot. No, this would be about right because I started the computer a little early. So if you want to take a break, you can.
Yeah. Let's take a break. We come back. We're going to talk to Ross. He's got a confrontation that happened. I imagine a pirate spot because he's out there right now.
I had a confrontation too.
What?
Yeah, that was one of my stories.
All right. We got a good
Very,
dad
very
from
good.
Seth.
Okay, we got that to look forward to. Also, we have a lot of really cool music. This is really neat. A BDM shared with me a hip-hop band that he likes. They're called The Same Olds. Now, it's they're interesting in the fact that they're considered a supergroup of two guys, and they do like really creative, almost like old school hip hop. So what you're going to hear is going to sound old, but it's not. It's brand new. But The Same Olds are great. They reached out and said that we can play all of their music. So this is their song called Flow Coaster. It's like it's almost like a newer Far Side, or like if Tribe were young boys. So we'll be right back.
I didn't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it. Jump all in and have some fun. What you doing? Hey, young world, drop the guns, nothing to it. Wait, my mind is full of rhymes, so you know I'm a school of mom. Baby, starting to fall in love. I ain't Cupid, rocking your town. I'm Godzilla, knocking buildings. Pump up the
I got my roof done with Secured Roofing and Solar. So did Mo DeWitt.
Yeah.
So did other BDMs that listen.
Christine, I think maybe she did.
Yeah.
Or somebody did.
And with all the storms, if you think you have damage, give them a call, 407-986-ROOF. Tell them you're a Tom and Dan
That's
listener.
easy. Why didn't we get that?
Oh,
Why didn't we get something?
I know.
We need like 407 podcast or something. Where
They'll come and inspect your roof for free if you think you have damage,
Sure.
and then they'll let you know if you do have damage.
and they'll help you navigate it.
Exactly. And because you may go up on the roof and think you don't have damage, and you don't know because you're not a professional.
I wouldn't even know what to look at.
And then you're like, okay, everything's fine. Then you have leaks, and then you have water damage in a roof.
And let's
you get
be
mold.
honest. And then your wife's bitching.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is what it's all about.
You got a professional.
Yeah,
it's
it was
free.
all about just getting her off your back.
Yeah, it's free. And they offer 24/7 to 48-hour tarp service for emergencies. Like, if they do have damage, they'll get it tarped quick. And that's the thing. Like, if you look at it, you're like, oh, damage.
Yeah.
You don't have
You
tarps.
better know how to spell roof.
Yeah. Then you're making it worse by nailing tarps in your
Don't nail the tarps.
Have a professional do it. And a lot of people's roofs are over 20 years old. And then your insurance goes up because you have an old roof, or your insurance company tells you're not going to be able to get insurance unless you get a new roof.
So get a hold of our buddies, Secured Roofing and Solar. You can go to securedroofingandsolar.com or use the number.
Yep, it's 407-986-ROOF. That's 7663. But anyway, also the solar division, if you're interested in solar, contact them. They'll come and they'll give you all the information you need. It's securedroofingandsolar.com.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
Tom, if you want a beard trimmer, if you want to trim your downstairs,
Why can't you just say pubes?
manscaped.com.
Let's normalize pubes.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to,
How are your pubes?
Good. I used my trimmer to get my chode area.
How do you-
and I cleaned it and then went right to my face.
You use your Manscaped trimmer to get
Yeah, I did all
of
this.
your asshole hairs, though, right?
Yeah, I did both.
You get all your asshole hairs right on the hole?
Oh yeah, I
put through the crack.
I put the mirror on the floor and I squat over it.
Do
and
you
I
use
go
the
over
newspaper thing that they give you in the kit? They have this newspaper thing you put it over your
I
toilet.
didn't see that.
And that way they all land in the
they land
paper,
in the
and then
paper.
you fold up the paper and put it in the trash, and then your wife doesn't yell at you for getting.
I didn't get that.
You didn't do that, did you?
I use a wet toilet paper.
No, Mike, no! You're gonna
That's
spread
all-
the hairs everywhere.
No, it picks it up.
Manscaped makes this
You're
like
gross,
it
dude.
looks like
What are you supposed to do?
You don't wash your legs.
I mean, I
wipe pubes
I do it in the
around.
shower and I hose it
just
down myself.
said, "You're gross, dude."
You don't,
Like Bart
you don't
Simpson.
wipe your counters down. It's
You're
disgusting.
gross.
Daniel
disgusting.
say an asshole every 10 seconds. I said downstairs.
Sam has an asshole.
No, come on.
Words aren't
Yeah,
gross.
words are not gross. She's right. Words are not gross. Manscaped.com.
If you show it to you, then it might be over.
Yeah. You might have a dirty ass.
I'm all the
then
way
it's
done with
gross.
them.
What code do you use if you want to get money off of your asshole trimmer?
Tom.
What was
I don't
Sam's
know.
pew? I like that.
See it.
All right, okay.
I'm all the way through with their gel though. I need to get some more of their gel.
I gotcha.
Use
I
promo
gotcha.
code Tom and Dan, 20% off,
I gotcha.
free shipping worldwide.
Yes.
Manscaped.
Worldwide.
Worldwide,
What about
girldwide.
under the sea?
Can do the bush too.
Ross is going to call us in about 15.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
that's
perfect.
fine.
That's
He's
enough.
manning the tent out there at Pyro
All
Spot.
good, working hard.
That's enough time for me to tell Seth how I think his boat is doomed.
Okay. Can I buy his boat?
No, you can't
Do
afford
you-
Why
Did
not?
ever
Yes,
name
I
your
can. I
boat,
can
Seth?
afford it.
it. No.
Did I what?
Did you ever name your boat?
Yeah, Firefly.
Firefly.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah,
Firefly.
I have a picture of it. The series
fan of the
Firefly.
show?
That is
Yeah,
such,
Oh, I didn't know that.
That
Firefly.
is such a subdued,
Serenity.
calm. Like that's the gayest boat name. I wanted you to have the Pecker Decker. I don't know, something.
Iron Shaft. No, I like because we glue when I took it to Key West when I first turned the lights on for the first time. my brother's like, "Oh, it looks like a firefly." I'm like, "Oh, firefly," and then I realized, I love the series, and I was like, "Oh, it's a good."
He
name.
say word me like me put on back a ball.
Plus, I had I was thinking of a Japanese kanji to put on there, but it's an American boat, so it was a good combination of the two because the logo for Firefly says Firefly, then it has the Japanese kanji kind of behind it. So I had the best of two worlds. I had the Japanese word for Firefly, and then actual.
Did you put it on the boat yet?
Yeah, it's on the side of the boat.
Oh, okay.
Sides and the back.
Did you name your? Did you name and put your?
No.
Oh, it looks good.
You know why?
Somebody yelled at me the other day. It's like, "Hey, Firefly, wait your turn!" And I yelled back. Yeah.
Oh, wow! You got yelled at the dock
in Cape Coral. Yeah. Well, I was waiting. I pulled up to get my family. They were all waiting in line to get gas.
He calls it a family now.
He thought I was cutting in line to get gas, but I was cutting in just to get my family. I was like, "Oh, you want to get my fucking family instead? Go for it, motherfucker!" And he's like, "Oh, I didn't know that's what you were doing," so I just fucking took my.
I didn't know that was you doing. I'm sorry, Firefly.
Fuck you. He goes, "Hey, Firefly, there's a line."
It also
good line, Firefly.
I just realized it must be nice being able to yell at someone with knowing that if
you can beat up
you can take them if you have
I've never had this.
You could subdue
I've never
them.
had this. Every person,
unless they have a gun.
Every person
That's
I've
true.
ever been yelling at, I've always known they're going to kill me. And
Which
that's
makes
what
you
makes me
brave.
tough. I'm tough as fuck.
Tougher than
Tough as fuck.
That's
At
true.
7-Eleven one time, there was a homeless, like a tall, I didn't know he was homeless at the time. There's a very tall black guy there. And he started really yelling at the 7-Eleven lady. And I go, "Hey, man, the fuck is wrong with you?" And he's like, "Take it outside, little man, and I'll fucking eat your motherfucking, I'll kill you, motherfucker."
That hurt.
And when he said that, it was at that point that I knew that he would take me outside and he would kill me.
So
See, I had my
stop.
Tonto blade ready to go. So
So Seth, it's cute that you think you'll be able to keep your boat.
That's the most aggressive thing you've ever said. Cute.
keep going.
Because
And I'll just want to keep it more.
Yeah.
At the risk of my family.
See, my intention.
Tear your family apart just to prove Tom wrong. That's something Tom would do.
That's what I'm doing now.
I already found a cute little baby swing for the power tower that it hooks onto. The baby sits right in it and swings on the power tower the whole time.
Wait, there's a boat swing for babies?
Yep.
I heard those are really unsafe.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to be going 40 miles an hour when we're sitting up, when we're posted up.
Oh, you mean just post it up?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
So
You're not going to be able to do that immediately with a newborn,
No,
though.
I know. Too much.
I don't know what you know, man. I'm just telling you.
So-
Some bad TikToks about that.
now, part of me is doing this for the hopes that you do keep your boat, because I would like for you, like any other boatman. I'm a boatman. You're a boatman. There's
You're a boatman?
I own
You've been on a boat. You've been on a boat.
I know. I own a boat. I captain said.
Well, I
boat.
own scooters, but do you ever see me on them?
The boat's not working.
Well, that's your own fault.
That's your own
And
fault.
it's my fault. But anyway, I would like to see you keep it, but here's why it's impossible. And because this is the inevitability of your life.
It's the end.
How old were your boys when you got your latest boat?
They were already
Walking and talking?
4 and 5?
It was in 2020. So
Oh,
it was
so 3 years ago.
5 and
Okay.
6, 4 and 5.
Yeah. So and
God,
then
it seems like it's been longer.
and then I sold a $4,000 mildew boat
Yeah.
when
You
the
did.
boys, but so this is a
Did
little
you
bit different
need
story.
to do that? Were you pressured to do that?
No, but it was I wanted to keep the boat and I wanted to take my boys out and stuff, but it became the reality of never being able to do it crushed me, and then I had to sell my dreams.
Wow, that's very honest.
No, this is
What
what's
did
gonna happen.
Crystal take? Because like you guys used to do
Now-
it together. The boat used to be like something that you two would like. She was the first mate. Like I remember all of this. So like, was she like, we can't do this anymore?
No,
as
no.
the mom side.
No.
things?
Well, because the babies were my sons were too young. So, and then we have a small shit boat, and I didn't even pay for storage or whatever. It was on site, and $4,000. We didn't sell it for the money,
Right.
So, but Seth's in a different scenario here. Now, if someone was betting me that like I'd sell my boat back then, I'd probably just keep it for the spite of just to win the bet. But here's why,
Because it was only $4,000.
here's why
doing
Seth
it for
can't.
the spite. Go ahead.
Here's why it's inevitable. And I'd make a sizable bet that in 2 years, summer of 2025, you will not own that boat anymore.
Wow, he wrote that down. That's how serious it is.
Down.
Wow.
Okay, well, if I don't own that boat, it'll be another boat at the same. I'll just trade it for another one. I will not be without a boat.
Okay, I will say summer of 2025, Seth will not own any boat.
You're saying boatless.
And here's why.
Will he have his truck?
That is different.
Hellcat?
Because, the boat is costing money in insurance and storage
Motorcycle?
each month. And also because of the price tag, I know Seth bought that boat for. Here's why. So inevitably, I just saw glimpses of it in the break where Seth was like, "What do I need to buy for my baby?" And then Daniel was giving you some. Daniel has high taste, so whatever suggestion.
I like the good stuff.
And then Seth's like $1,300.
Yeah. You gotta get the Opal baby. You gotta get the
And then I was like, and then Seth's like, I can afford that, right? Yeah, and that's fine. $1,300 here or whatever. Okay, here's the problem. So Tracy has the baby. And and it's stressful, right? And then it's inevitable that you guys are going to bring in some help, right? Because you're rich, and that's what rich people do.
Yeah, that's what rich people do. And you're white, which helps.
Yeah. Now you could do. I mean, I'm not rich, and I brought in help.
I was going to say you help.
But I'm richer than I was.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm rich to some people.
You lucked out.
I'm poor compared to Seth, but I'm rich compared to, let's say, Mike B.
Wow, that was hurtful.
Why do you pick on him so much?
I know.
He likes it.
So mean. You fucked Pat Shaw last week, and this week you're picking on Mike B.
Anyway, so you're inevitably going to get a nanny of some sort or some sort of help.
What kind of nanny?
An au pair.
An au pair?
Yeah. That's going to cost.
You're going to get a hot one?
Well, the thing, what
$3,000-4,000 a month.
Are you going to get a hot
but it
one?
won't cost me $3,000-4,000 a month. It's going to cost me Daichi's house and putting them in there. And,
what's Daichi's take on this? What's he saying?
Yeah.
Well, no,
how
I
much rent was he
you
paying
haven't told him yet.
Well, I'm not telling him anything. I don't know if I'm doing
You're
this.
turning his life upside down.
And this won't only be. This will be in a year. I'm thinking for not right away. I think for 6 months
you
to a
gotta
year.
prepare. You can't just flip a switch and throw the baby in Daichi's room.
He pays rent, so that money
that's
will
money going away. That's your boat payment.
That's a cost.
That money just goes right into a PayPal account.
I wish I had that. My God, my money goes.
I don't touch
I need
that.
every bit of money to go to Burger King.
And then
I don't touch that money. And
so then the bills of this baby starts piling up, right?
And piling up? What piles up? I just I pay for it as it comes. Nothing piles.
Formula's so expensive.
I don't have a credit card.
And then all of a sudden, Tracy's going to be like, I read some article, our baby needs a helmet. That's $3,800
to shape its head.
What?
And then you're like,
to shape its head.
A helmet?
Yeah. This is what rich people do.
When the babies come out, if their head doesn't look perfect.
Mine was like that. Mine turned out okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was a cone head.
And then some lactation consultant comes in and he's like,
teach her how to get more milk.
Your baby needs some sort of speech therapy because of this, or some sort of eyesight therapy, and then you got to go to you're sitting there, and then the doctor, they bring you to a separate room, and I thought this was a doctor's office, not a goddamn boat sale or a car sale.
You don't have time for both because you're doing therapy all the time.
And then that costs, and then this is what's going to break it. Okay, so you all this money, but you're still like, oh fuck, Tom, I'm keeping my boat, right?
He would do that too.
But you have Ross.
But you are at the brink of not being able to afford all this extra cost and the boat storage and insurance, and then Tracy knows it's sitting there, and you haven't used it in a year and a half. It's just been sitting there, right? So then all of a sudden she's like, we need this, and then you are like, well, let's not, we don't need this. And then she's going to be, this fucking boat over there that you're spending. It's $100,000. It's just sitting there. We pay $200 for this, $100 for insurance. And then you're like, oh, God damn it. And then you sell it.
Mm-hmm. But
that's
the thing
inevitable.
Is, Tracy's not like that. That's what I love about her. She lets me do what I want with my money, even though it might be our money really soon, I guess. But still.
You got to practice that a little bit. You got to get
but still.
I hope Ross is hearing this. Let's bring him up.
He absolutely is hearing this.
But I'm just way more organized than you, I feel. And I feel no, I'm being serious. I'm very on top of what goes where, who goes where, money goes where. And I know that in my mind, I want to have great family experiences on the boat, and that includes when they're 6 months old and on the boat. Like taking
Ask
the baby.
Ross about his motorcycle. Ask Ross about his motorcycle.
Ross, are you there?
Motorcycle's a different scenario.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Hey, what's
Ross.
up, man? How is Pyro Spot Fireworks?
Pirate Spot Fireworks is almost ready to go, you guys. All locations open tomorrow. Longwood right now.
So, Ross, I'm making fun of Seth because he believes he's going to hold on to his boat through the next 2 years of having a baby. And will you explain to Seth that your
It's not gonna
dreams,
happen.
what you think is going to happen, and your dreams and everything that you hold dear pre-baby will all disintegrate like Thanos.
Yeah. Yeah, what is the old fight saying, Seth? Like, it's all great until you get punched in the face. That kid's gonna punch you in the face, homie.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a changer.
My motorcycle. Go ahead.
Here's a Father's Day double shot for you. My kids, I was talking to my kids about, like, some of my fondest memories of, like, them growing up. They didn't remember a fucking thing. And then I called my dad later. I called my dad later on Sunday, and he brought up a bunch of shit that happened, like, before I was 11. I didn't remember a fucking thing.
See, I remember all that. Like, literally, I remember when I was in elementary school. All that stuff, I remember
It's
that
even
stuff.
worse than we
I do.
thought. None of it matters.
And I agree, none of it really matters to the kid, but it's for me and maybe it's selfish then. Maybe I want to have those experiences knowing I took her out as a baby. Me and Tracy were a team, and we did this thing in the boat with the little kid together.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
she just texted me, said, I'm team boat, by
Absolutely.
the way.
Baby hates the ocean. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
No.
My wife was on a lot of teams before she had babies, and then you know what? She was only on Team Baby after.
Yeah.
and then with Team Baby trumps every other team that she was on
It's
before.
better than any
I get
other
that.
team.
Even the Team Dog.
And I get that.
I asked
Team
Crystal.
Dog,
I'm
fuck
like,
Team Dog.
and then Crystal will admit, she's like, once I had kids, I realized why everybody laughed.
You know Tracy's baby, the dog. The dog. The dog.
Yeah, the dog I hate.
Yeah, I know the dog you hate. Well, guess who's going to hate the dog also when the baby comes? Not hate.
That dog
It's just-
growls at the baby one time.
Yeah, it's just not going to matter as much.
Right, no, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Ask yourself, like, would you sacrifice yourself for the baby? And the answer is obviously yes.
Of course.
So of course she would.
No, yeah, of course,
Of
but the
course
boat
she
is a
would
different
sacrifice the baby.
it's just not. It just doesn't. When I have the means to do it, then it'll be okay. I don't foresee myself, knock on wood, unless something very bad happens business wise, that I won't be able to have the boat and the baby
You know
and
what
my
a baby
motorcycle
likes?
and my
You know what a baby likes.
and
A
my
baby
T-Rex.
likes a swing set.
I have one set up for the boat.
Baby. Put the boat in a garage until it's fucking 15.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And by the
there
way,
you go.
you'll take the baby out one time on the boat at 8 months old, and it'll be hot as shit.
Yeah, you'll sunburn
You
it
said this last
accidentally.
time.
Yeah, one of its feet will get sunburned accidentally because it's the 1 foot you didn't lotion.
And then you can't. You want to hang out on the sandbar, and then you're holding his 8-month-old is crying. It's hot as shit, and
And
everybody
you're like, let's just fucking go home. And then you go home.
And I'll take those bad moments for the 1 hour of good moment where it's not crying and we're floating and some splashing water.
I
on
have
it and
so many
it's
memories
piss
of
shitting
telling
in the water.
Andrea, and you know this. I have so many memories of telling Andrea, well, should we just go home? All the time. All the time. Like, let's just go home. We're just going home.
Yeah. And all right, Ross, you called.
Is this a call-in confrontation
Yeah.
of the week?
Just a side note, and I will have
please.
my helpers maybe babysitting the baby sometimes as I go on the boat once in a blue moon. I could take the boat out by myself or with Tracy with friends as my help watches the baby for, like, say, 3-4
Boy,
hours.
Seth's really got those radio chops to know when the bit is over, doesn't he, guys?
I just wanted to put it out there so that way you didn't think I was doing
You
it.
just want to let us know he's going to have help.
Yeah, it's not a bit. There's no bit here.
Real life motherfuckers.
Also, I'm not sure how much Tracy loves going on the boat, but my wife used to love and still does going on the boat. But at that time, right after you had a baby, and the baby's 6 months old, and you've been fucking up all night for so many months, when you're like, let's get a babysitter babysitter and go on the boat. She's like, I'm going to go to a fucking resort. Like, I'll go to get a massage. I get pampered or whatever. I don't want to go out to the hot-ass Lake Conway and sit with you. That's not...
it's not a thing.
I've been with the baby for 6 months straight. I want to go in air condition and be...
and be pampered.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to be a baby.
Okay, let's agree to disagree, and that's it.
That's fine.
There's the end of the bit.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so what's going on out there, and have you had an early confrontation out at Pyro Spot?
And then, guys, just wait until the boat breaks or something, and you're stuck on a non-functioning boat with a baby. That's a whole nother, pun intended, kettle of fish.
That
I forgot.
was me.
The batteries go dead because you hadn't run it in 4 months. So both batteries are drained, and then so you get out the first time. Now you're broken down Lake Conway. You're waiting for towboat, and they take forever in Lake Conway. So Tracy, the baby's crying. She's screaming, "You got to sell this boat." Then you're mad at me for some reason because I just predicted the future.
I would call you.
Anyway, so Ross, what happened with your confrontation?
All right, so I got a nice little appetizer confrontation for you. Then I got a big old meal of a confrontation. Yesterday we're setting up Eustis, and I don't know a lot of the Eustis crews, so I just got a couple of kids' names when I got there, and I was like leaning on them. One of them's Will. And I hung on Will because that's one of my kids' names, right? And so I could remember that one, obviously. And so at a certain point, we're getting kind of wrapped up, and I just need somebody to cut up some boxes and stack them. So I look over, and I see this blonde, curly-headed kid, Will, and I'm like, hey, Will. He turns, he looks at me, and then he locks eyes. He just looks away. And I'm like, what was that? So I go, Will. And again, he looks at me. He locks eyes with me, and he's standing there with two other guys not doing nothing. He just looks back at those two other guys. And so, that one I got a little miffed. I got a little hot, maybe, and I gave him 75%.
Were you you're looking me in the eyes? Like, did you question it?
Yeah, no, I'm 80 feet away from him, so we're not having a conversation. I'm just literally just hollering for him. And so, the third time, I give it a little bit of juice. I give him another Will, and pretty hot, about as hot as I'm willing to get in the tent. And this kid looks at me again. He locks eyes with me. He turns away, and then he looks over the shelf he's standing at, and he goes, Will, you better get over that. That guy's screaming for you, man. I had the wrong kid.
Yeah, the wrong guy.
So
I do this a lot. I am not good with names, and as I smoke copious amounts of marijuana, my short-term memory of people's names goes further and further down the toilet.
I'm always so terrified of calling someone by the wrong name.
You do it all the time, though.
No, I know.
Can't be that terrified.
Well, that's why I'm terrified of it, because I don't trust myself remembering someone's name, so I usually stay away from directly referring to someone by their name. Just say, hey, you.
I always do the trick where you always, you have a friend go and introduce yourself. That way you hear their name. So at the dojo, I have to memorize 200-300 names.
Oh, yeah.
So I always have the black belts. I'm like, I can't remember that kid's name. I'm like, go introduce yourself so I can hear his name.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do with Sam with the desk.
Yes. And then you still get it wrong.
Yeah, we still get it wrong. That's true.
You write it down, you look at it, then you look at them in their eyeballs and call them the wrong name.
So was that just the little one?
So check this shit out, Dan.
Oh, no.
Homeless guy rolls into the tent. And he rolls in literally on a bike, parks his bike in the doorway of the tent, and here's the first sign. He says to his bike, stay. So this guy, he's once I get close enough, he reeks of vodka. He's drunk minimum, and he's pretty hyped up. He's talking a mile a minute, but every third sentence is coherent, and what he wants is some Roman candles. So I take him down the aisle. I show him the Roman candle. I explain all the options to him. He talks a lot the whole time. We pick out some Roman candles, get up to the front. His card doesn't work, so he has to wait a minute. But he kind of thought that he paid, so we had to hash that out, and that delayed him just long enough that a torrential thunderstorm rolls up on us, and so he's trapped in the tent for a minute.
No, you have to push him into the storm.
So here's the setup. He's at the counter. I'm across the counter facing him. The other guy with me is working the cash register. This storm blows up while he's paying. He finishes paying, And the first thing that happens when the storm rolls up is we get this like 20-mile-an-hour gust of wind, like directly 90 degrees into the tent, and it catches this big portable air conditioning unit we have and sends it hurtling right at this guy, like fast. And this guy spins 90 degrees, Steph, perfect execution of a back front kick. He uses his back leg front kick and stops it dead. And all this happens like so fast that like if I would have blinked, I would have fucking missed it. Like,
wow!
So
I'm pretty sure I
immediately in my head, I'm calling him the homeless ninja in my mind.
Gotcha.
He rolls out with his Roman candles and he posts up across the tent from us at the Discount Tobacco liquor store, right?
Yes.
And he's kind of parading back and forth and talking to people as they go by. And, like, people, to be fair, people are coming up to him. He's obviously known. He's an individual people know. They're coming up to him and talking to him, too.
At that fireworks kid that set everybody on fire.
So he's basically, like, walking in the only part of the world that we have visible through the gap in our fireworks tent. So we're watching him. And at a certain point, he does get a Roman candle out and start waving it around.
Yes.
And immediately we're like, God, I hope he doesn't light it. And so minutes later, he goes to light it, and he's holding it in his hand, and he's lighting the bottom. What's wrong with that picture, Tom?
That's awesome.
It's pointing at his dick?
It's pointing towards him. That is correct. So he lights it. The first charge goes out, hits him in the fucking shoes, and blows up. He stands there like a statue.
Crack. That's
3 seconds go by. The second charge comes out, hits him in the shoe. The second it hits his shoe, he flips that Roman candle with one hand like a goddamn marionette, or like a goddamn the chick at the front of the band with the baton. He fucking flips it one-handed perfectly, and the second it is upright, it starts discharging again. Wow. Wow. What a display.
And is he pointing it out at a fireworks tent, or...
100%. He is pointing it towards the fireworks tent. It is angled up slightly, so it is exploding above us above the tent, but not into us. So everybody turns to me and is like, go tell him. And I make the counterpoint, no. I believe this is Discount Tobacco and Liquor's issue at this point. He's on their doorstep.
Yeah, exactly. He's on their doorstep. It's not your problem anymore.
This is what happens when you.
So we kind of hash out that point. We're still in mid setup at this point. So I need to make a run to the warehouse. So I go. I'll tell you what. Listen, I'm going to the warehouse. He's on the way. I'll just drive by and give him a real quick. Hey, you can't be lighting those in the parking lot. By the time I get to in front of Discount Tobacco and Liquor, he's gone. He's bounced. His bike is gone. He's out. So I'm like, oh shit, that's a freebie. Great. Go to the warehouse, get some shit, come back. We're unloading. We're setting up. I don't know. 90 minutes later. He's back in front of Discount Tobacco and Liquor. He's parading back and forth talking to people. There's a lady that was posted up there doing a survey, and God help her, man. She listened to him for quite a while. And eventually he starts waving a Roman candle around again. So at this point, I'm not asked. I'm told to go tell him. And so I start walking across the parking lot to him. Now, remember, this guy is hyper alert. He sees me. He sees me coming. He remembers me. He knows who I am. He knows what it's about. Roman candle in hand, he starts marching to meet me in the middle of the parking lot.
No. It's a duel.
And so we are, and I don't know, we're just charging towards each other, and we stop, I don't know, an inch apart from each other, right? Like the closest you could be without, touching.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, you can't be shooting that in the parking lot. You got to find somewhere without people around to shoot that off. And he looks at me. He waits like a good 5 seconds. And he goes, okay. And then he holds his hand back, to shake. And so I come in and I try to do the clasp back to the snap shake, which is what I assume is happening. But that's a fumble. That's a fumble. And he looks at me and he goes, no, man, 2 pops. I'm like, all right, gotcha. And I go back to my ear like he's got, and we come together, perfect 2-pop handshake in the middle. We both turn and march away like we're fucking dueling, but we're just walking away from each other. So I get back to the tent. I'm like, guys, all taken care of. He's going to be gone. I don't know. A minute after I say the words, it's all taken care of, we hear Roman candles again, but from across the street. And the street is like a 6-lane highway. It's the street in front of Trinity Tattoo. It's 6 lanes of traffic all day, every day. And this guy has gotten across quicker than the fucking Flash could have, okay? And he's across the street in the bus stop enclosure, and he's shooting fireworks. He's shooting Roman candle stores at 10 again.
Yeah, so he just had to get away from you to do it. Yeah, of course.
And at that point, I'm like, listen, across the street is fully out of my bailiwick. This kid, we're done with this guy, and so we just listen to him shoot fireworks for a little while until he's done.
The cops will show up for sure.
No. They didn't show up, right?
No.
They just ran out of fireworks.
Do they have cops in Longwood? I don't know. Dude. I got to talk to Craig about a price point for this, but we're going to set a certain price point of fireworks that if you purchase, I will take you on a walking tour of the sketchiest parking lot in Orlando, a.k.a. the Pirate Spot Longwood parking lot. Dude, I went for a walk behind Big Lots yesterday. There's, A, a homeless encampment made out of tarps, and B, a site I've never seen anywhere else in my life, coming from a residential house, an extension cord coming out of their backyard, over their back fence, through the Big Lots parking lot, around corners, and underneath dumpsters and shit. I'm not exaggerating at all. 600 feet away to a power pole, and it's plugged into the top of the power pole.
Wow. Really? That's crazy.
Tom,
There's a
come
plug
out to
up there?
Longwood. Make sure, hit me up. Make sure I'm there. I will show you this fucking extension cord. And if I'm lying at all, you can do any Bubba the Love Sponge challenge to me you want. And fucking frozen paintball. Sky's the limit.
Did they splice it into the power? Like, there's no outlet up there, right?
I don't think so.
This is what everybody asks me. Literally, my wife, everybody I've told the story to asked me that same question. I have the same answer. I followed the extension cord to see what I could see. I did not have my power pole climbing gear with me. I'm sorry.
I didn't know that was a thing to tap into.
I guess if
power
you know what
pole.
you're doing, right? I mean, you could like.
I assume and I guess that it is A, homemade, and B, janky.
But still, I'm mad at that homeless guy. But like, wait a minute, you can free climb this power pole and splice a regular generic extension cord into the power.
Yeah.
Therefore, I mean, also, what voltage is that?
They would have to change it, right?
Like, you need a converter.
So there are
This guy's a master electrician.
There are some light poles that do have outlets for such things as decorating with Christmas lights.
Oh, okay. Look at that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know, though.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
It's like, hey man, unplug that Longwood Hollyberry and plug in my goddamn Xbox.
I wonder.
Crazy.
We need to talk to a linesman or someone that works for
Easy. We have a
Duke,
lot.
And then I find out how many extension cords they unplug from those things.
I've never seen that before.
Homeless people stealing power.
Never know. Never heard of that.
And then also, if you have, you got a credit card and you got some money on there, you're going to spend it on fireworks?
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah, man.
Fireworks are fucking great.
Homeless people like to have fun too.
Yeah.
I want fireworks.com.
Well, I would love food and shelter better.
When's the last time you
I'll
bought
get that too. It's fine.
I was about to say food, shelter, fireworks, fentanyl.
Well, yeah.
You forgot the most important F.
You buy something irrational, right? And fun. You buy something fun.
You buy drugs. That's what you buy fireworks.
You already
Ross,
got that.
where are you at today, man? Which location?
Right now, I'm finishing up the setup in Sanford. We'll have Sanford all ready to go for you guys tomorrow to open. I think Eustis is open now, or it will be open by tomorrow. All locations up tomorrow. And then Longwood is open right now. I was just there a couple minutes ago, and there's 3 teenage boys sitting around doing not shit. So go make them do something. Go buy some fireworks at Longwood today.
Go.
Oh,
and
man.
if you don't mind, Dan, real quick,
Yes.
I want to let you guys know, July 22nd, another special engagement at the Bull and Bush. Some of you guys came out to Will's Pub and saw me and Larry Fulford do What Do You Want From Us live. We're going to do it at the Bull and Bush on July 22nd. It's a really fun show that's interactive with the audience. If you guys like podcasts, I know that because you're listening to one, and it's about as close as you can get to like a comedy podcast on stage. It's comedians doing their stand-up. You get to choose who does what bit, and then we all just joke and fucking call back and banter back and forth in the middle of it. It's really fun. We had a great time at Will's Pub. We're bringing it to the Bull and Bush July 22nd, $10 charge. Cash at the door, please.
There you go. Well, hey, man.
Cool.
We love you. We hope you stay dry out there, and happy, Pirate Spot 4th of July time. And good luck. We'll see
love you guys. I'll see you soon. And Tom, remind me to show you that janky-ass extension cord because you have to see it with no hair.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you soon, Ross.
See you, buddy. We'll talk to you soon. There he goes.
So
hit the button.
So Seth, where are you at with the baby preparation?
I think he's just bought clothes.
What
right?
does he do?
I went by myself to the Mall Millennia, and I realized there's not many places to buy toddler clothes. Like I walked around the whole mall. I was like,
you gotta
where the
go to
fuck
baby
do I go?
stores.
Well,
I didn't know that. I just thought normal stores have a toddler section.
Toddlers have the most fun clothes, but you're going to have a baby for a long time.
Well, it was 0 to. I found 0. I was getting 0 to 3 months. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. But toddler's a different animal.
Oh, I
Toddlers,
thought that was
they're
a
toddling around.
What the hell do I have? What am I going to have?
Infant.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of this thing called the internet, but it's where they
You can get anything
They sell.
No, he's
Asshole.
like me. He's
Smart
older. We like to shop.
No, I want to go to the mall because I want to get some stuff for myself. Every time I order anything offline for myself that fit, I need it to fit comfortably. My shape is big legs, big chest.
Yeah, you're pear shaped.
You know what you do?
Yeah, I need it to fit good. So I went for myself to get a couple things. Then I also
Carter's is like Andrea put that in the chat room. Carter's.com.
Once I was there and I walked around a bunch, I was like, "Where the fuck?" And so I Googled and I found Baby Gap. I was like, "Oh, Gap." So I walked into Gap, and then of course there was Baby Gap in there, and I spent like an hour and a half in Baby Gap.
You went on the internet
tons of shit.
and you Googled where to buy baby clothes
And then he went
in
to the mall.
person.
He went to the mall.
Yeah. And then
I
you
like
drove
that.
to a different place instead of
No, I didn't drive. I was there already. I just Googled what was near me, and Gap showed up. I was like, "Oh, there's a Gap here." I just walked to the Gap. Inside the Gap, there's the Baby Gap. I just saw Gap. I didn't see Baby Gap up front, so I didn't think that there'd be a Baby Gap in there.
So what'd you think? You into it?
So yeah, no, I was into it. There's a bunch
Yeah.
of really cool stuff. I
cool,
buy
right?
all sorts of dresses and stuff. And then my mom's like, "Well," she's like, "some of that stuff doesn't." After I bought it, spent close to
you got
bucks
excited.
on baby
Yeah.
clothes.
God, they're gonna grow out of it in a week.
How much your boat
I know.
insurance
My mom
cost?
said that. She's like, "Well, they're gonna grow out of it real fast." I'm like, "Fuck! I just spent like
Yeah,
a
man.
grand here."
Go return it.
Well, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Go to
yet.
Ross.
I didn't. I just was excited. and I
Oh, for
was
the
like,
infant stuff, go to
Yeah,
Ross.
you're allowed to do that, man. Like that's just all part of being a dad. So
Yeah.
you're gonna go.
I got a lot
there,
of cute stuff though. A
You
lot of
freak
matching
out.
shoes.
You buy something crazy, and
I
then
bought
they'll.
a bunch of stuff crazy.
Yeah.
And I didn't know there was infant hangers. Like I got home
Yeah.
and I tried to put it on my hangers. I'm like, this fuck.
No,
I got all
can't
pissed
do it.
off because it's not fitting. So I broke a bunch of hangers. And then I realized that
You
there
need to punch them.
was baby hangers. I bought baby hangers on Amazon. I didn't realize that.
The boat insurance on a
Well, shut up
six-figure
with the boat.
because I'm doing the math
What
on how
is
much
it? Is it a
like, I
yearly
pay
charge?
like $75, but I only insure my boat for like $30K or whatever.
Is it yearly?
Well, you,
Or is
you
it a
pay
monthly?
You pay one lump sum a year. At least I do, but because that you save a little bit of money. But yours has got to be $150 a month.
It's about that. But plus I have it with my TRX and my Hellcat. It's all combined, so it's a little bit of a discount.
How's the storage? How's the Scout?
Storage is cheap. Storage is only like 120, 30 a month.
You pay more than that.
Yeah. Well, I got covered storage.
Yeah, mine's all I like the covered storage, but they're full.
Yeah. You got to put it on the waiting list. Then you get there, and then you realize, like, why did I pay for this?
But Tracy did an amazing job. Andrea commented on. I posted on Instagram like the mural that she did.
It's great.
I helped.
It was great, dude.
We got like sparkles in it. It's like a whole Starry Night theme in there and stuff like that. So we got that done. I bought a really expensive fan for the room.
Look, he's doing it his way. I like it. I'm excited for you.
It goes with the star theme. It's like a moon and star.
Everybody's excited. Here's the thing. I talk a lot of shit. It's great, but it is the stereotype of. Like they say, honeymoon's over or whatever when it comes to like getting married or whatever.
Yeah.
And so there is the time before the baby comes where all the fun stuff and the fantasy. It's almost like buying a boat or like before you buy
it's like planning a vacation.
It's fantasy.
When you plan a vacation, like you're
fun.
you're building up
like
the room. You're painting the murals
for 3 weeks. Oh my God! You're planning the cooking classes and you're picking olives and you're like making your own olive oil. But like when you go and you do it, it's not that great.
Well, then it's the when it's real and the baby's here shitting, and then it's the sleep deprivation and stuff. Again, it's I love it. But at the time, then you're in it and you start getting stressed, and that little you're like, what about my way of life? I'm like I had, and then
you're very regimented.
I will be happy as long as I can keep working out, and I have ways to do that.
Yeah,
you know
will.
what?
Do it.
What's interesting is I see the young people that have kids like at 22 or something. And they're like, holy shit, I wasn't ready at 22.
Yeah,
but
shocking.
But they get over it. Then they're grand. Like now their kids are grown. They're in their middle age and stuff. And then they already went through it.
Yeah.
And because when you're young, the advantage is now, like you know, you didn't have that youth to yourself, and you had to raise a kid, so it's a disadvantage.
I think you're more. You can bounce back quicker.
Where you're resilient, and you didn't get ingrained in your old man routine.
Yeah, I'm definitely my old man routine.
So that's going to be a little frustrating for you. Yeah, he's right.
But then I have Tracy, who's not in that old man routine,
right.
so
Well,
she can
that's
balance
probably
it out.
going to work out great. Like a friend of ours, like Jim Colbert, like our buddy Jimmy, like he did that. You know, like. You're a little more elastic when you're younger, you know. So when your kids get out and you've done everything that's hard, you know. As I said at 47, and my daughter's, just turned 8. It's hard, man.
Yeah, it's like
hard.
That's about where I'm at then. When she's born, I'll be a couple years older than you, but we're about about the same.
Like I tell my buddy Logic Man Andy, I think he turned 46, somewhere around there, and like he's not married. I'm like, you're never going to get married because at this point you've already been a loner for so long. You've established your old man routine, and how the hell are you going to have share that with someone?
Can't get out.
If they are not,
you can't even get married. You're done. You are.
How you live with someone else? You've been living by yourself.
By yourself.
Once my pop-up, I think his second wife or whatever, he lived by himself for
galvanized
25 years. I'm like, I looked at him like, you are never going to be able to share your life with anybody. You're so ingrained in your old man ways that it's done. And
but I know my personality as far as like how disciplined I am, how regimented I am, and I know that the sacrifice now will create the future reward. So I don't know. I just think I'll be really good at it.
You are very disciplined. Like that's
so I feel that reason because I'm so disciplined. And I could go through a lot of pain and be okay with it because I know in the future it's going to reap reward.
Yeah.
So I feel that's me, like a fight mentality.
I feel like his kid is not going to be able to like. Are you going to have the kid where? Like, they eat this, and then if the nanny doesn't give it, then you're like, what did you get? You gave them Cheetos?
Okay, so Tracy and I,
You gave them happy sauce? We don't do happy sauce. We're Petrozelli.
Yeah,
Wait till you get the Colombian nanny that's just feeding him the Pez.
Yeah, oh my God, Pez.
Nutella. They're like, Nutella's good for you.
Nutella is it's a nut.
So Tracy and I's last trip to Whole Foods last week, we're like, well, so are we going to...
Let's shop as if we're babies.
Oh, no. I said, are we going to... She brought up, I think. She's like, well, so are we going to have our kid on our diet? I'm like, I guess I didn't think about that. I'm like, for the most part, yes. But of course I'm going to let
pizza rolls?
There's ways that... there is pizza. See, I have pizza rolls that'll kind of fit on my diet.
No. Babies don't like your pizza rolls.
Or some health food.
Some health food Tostino.
No, babies don't like
It's a health food Tostino.
Babies don't
pizza rolls. Yes,
don't like that.
essentially.
Babies like Tostitos.
And the toast is going to be my palate because you can't really tell the difference. And if I feed it to her now, she won't know the difference. And then she's like, well, what if she goes to her friends and they get fucking Fruit Loops for the first time in their life?
Fruit Loops? That's every day in my house.
And I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm like, maybe...
We are a Fruit Loop family.
And I could explain to the child at that point, well, some families feed them this, but we like a better quality.
And then she's going to explain to you, follow my nose. It always knows.
You're looking forward way too far in the future. You're talking about their friends. Like you got a good 18 months of grueling work you're about to do. And speaking of your discipline, this is going to harm you in this scenario.
Why is the chat room saying listen to Tom. He fed his child a Cadbury egg for breakfast. What is that?
I'm not saying I'm doing the right thing. I'm saying I'm doing what
you're doing the easiest thing, buddy. I'd rather not do the easier thing and do the harder thing and then have it work out for the better in the long run. Because that's my...
So what I said to Ross. Yeah, it's not going to work.
Yeah, we'll see. But the discipline, going back to that, I agree. You have good discipline, but that is going to hurt you in the fact that you're so disciplined with how you run your life.
Yeah, hard to
change that. You're going to have to be okay with not getting the amount of sleep and not.
That's going to be the hardest thing.
And then the sleep one's the hardest one. The food, all of that, you can you'll be fine on that. But the sleep one's hard.
And then what you intend to do. Sometimes you have to pivot for your sanity and the sanity of your
Really
wife.
hard for me to learn
and,
that.
And then so what you get you're like, I'm going to do it this way, and that's what you think. And then if you don't pivot from that, which is hard for someone who has a great discipline.
Yeah.
See, I have no discipline, or I did when my kids were born, so I
you have
pivot
a
crazy.
different relationship with it.
Yeah, like so I'd be willing to do whatever Cadbury, feed it a Cadbury, I gotta sleep. And then not the best thing, but then,
No, not at all.
You know who ate Cadbury eggs? Tyreek Hill, I'm sure. And he's fast as fuck.
Yeah, he is fast as fuck, boy. Fast as fuck, boy.
He will slap the back of the head of someone that took him out on their boat.
Yeah, he'll knock you around a little bit. He's like, his manners aren't the best.
Yeah, but look how fast he is.
The name of the band is Mags. The name of the song is Destroyer. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan momentarily. If you want to call, 1-844-TOMNDAN. We'll be right back.
Sport Subaru's brand new dealership, 1800 John Young Parkway, is amazing, state-of-the-art.
Tony Monget refers to it as Muffinville.
Yeah.
And he goes there constantly. Well, one of the reasons why he goes there and why I would urge that you should go there, they're running a $50 oil change special right now, full synthetic. You get a free car wash. It's one of the things that Tony likes to do. You breeze in, treat your car, pamper it a little bit, do that maintenance, make it go. They got 3 dedicated bays there that are just made for express They're like, hey, jump in, get the oil change, we'll get you in and out, express service, and they're specializing in that now. So why wouldn't you do that?
When you pull in, it scans your tires, and you'll see a display TV up on the top of the...
And like Test Track at Epcot.
It'll tell you where your tire wear is, and you know, it's state-of-the-art. And also, talk to Mike Stacks, because they are now paying...
he's paying above top dollar for cars, man.
Exactly.
Like, he's been authorized to go Crazmo. And if you've got something he needs for trade, he's going to scoop it up and get you in a new ride. But he's on the Subaru side, or I was going to say Subi, but I mushed it into but also on the Don Mealy Chevy side of things, you have J.C. Harrelson, and you might want a truck. I kind of have a truck itch.
I got a Silverado I got from JC. My wife has a Chevy Traverse. She loves. And for anything Chevy, talk to JC Harrelson. That's in Claremont, Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont. And then talk to Mike Stacks over at Sport Subaru. They're right in the middle of the Subaru Loves to Care event. They partner with Leukemia and Lymphoma Society of Central Florida. They're always giving back locally. They're a great company. It's Sport Subaru right there in John Young Parkway and Don Mealy Chevrolet in Claremont.
You can freestyle on that, I think. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
That is the same olds. People are going to ask. The name of the song is Dudley Boys. That is their latest single. And they are very nice people. Talk to them this week.
Injured on the go, just call Mo.
Yes, sir.
Always get that new Silipint.
Yep. He's constantly giving away free stuff. If you're not following Mo's social media, do yourself a
just
favor.
For the free stuff. My God.
Yeah. Busdecker's handling his marketing now, so, they are pumping it out. So take advantage. And he's great attorney, and he'll help you out if you get
we
injured.
never talk about that. We always talk about, like, hey, Mo's here, we're hanging out with him, and get all this free stuff. We don't tell you ever that, like, if...
It's a super nice person.
Yeah, he's a great,
and if he can't help you, he will find someone that can. So.
Absolutely. He's done it before. I've seen it before with my own eyes. You ready? Are we doing good, bad?
All
right.
Hi, me Seth. We're gonna tell you a couple stories, okay? You're gonna be impressed. Me tell you 2 stories. One good, one bad. Me tell you a good one. Me promise you'll laugh. Wait, why me see chat room saying good ones seem kind of bad? One story good. One story bad. One story feel happy. One story me sad. One story me big, big hero. The next me douchebag. One story me good. Me really good. Me telling you this story good. One story me bad.
So, Seth, I thought you were going to run out of these stories eventually, and then I was
They
like,
just
well,
keep popping in my head. I lay in bed at night, and they're just like, oh.
Well, now he's
it's a
expanding
fucking
the
piece of
family.
shit.
The family. So, like, I feel like
Yeah.
now that he's expanding the family, he's going to have more good and bad.
And there's
one's going to.
Well, also, if you get into having to think about doing some sort or telling some stories on a show, after a while, you do like rewire your brain to start thinking.
I'm
and
going to start
banking.
doing things. I got to pee here because this is a bad story. I got to save this old lady because that's a good story.
You probably forgot the 1,000 bad stories and 1,000 because they're in your life, but they'll pop back up into your memory. And
You're
then,
triggering them.
I still have about 100 that I can't tell.
It's like muscle memory.
At
It's
least.
like you're activating it.
But eventually, you'll get desperate and start sneaking those in there, and then it'll be real bad.
When the statute line runs out.
Yeah. All right. So
okay.
what do you got today?
So this one's new. This one happened a few days ago.
Wow, man!
and I'll
Breaking Bad.
Breaking, well, good or bad, depending on how you look
I was
at
going
it.
to say, which one is this?
I don't. Well, for me, it turned out to be really good for me.
Oh, good for you is not necessarily good for anyone else.
That's true, but I don't care, to be honest.
Okay, so now it's good for you?
Yeah, because,
he is.
yeah. Well, no, because of this situation, I don't care that it was good for me and bad for somebody else. So brand new TRX, you know that I have now.
Yeah, your TRX.
Tracy and I are in the truck, actually going to Whole Foods. go grocery shopping.
We gotta go get some fucking nut butter, babe.
Did you get the wrapped in that thing?
I didn't. I want to, but I'm holding. Okay,
But you got
now
the exhaust.
you can say I
got
told
the
you.
exhaust.
Oh, I got the exhaust.
It's
It sounds
really
loud.
loud.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah,
Oh
okay.
yeah, it's loud. But yeah, you can say that because of the baby. I was like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't spend $3,500 on a wrap right now.
You don't need a wrap. I'll write that down. Write that down. That made Tom
So that's a
happy.
good story. I did not spend money.
That made Tom so happy.
Everyone looks at me like I'm a fool.
But I did
the
just
rap's probably better than the loud ass exhaust, right?
I just love,
for the
I just
baby.
love the feedback of exhaust on a car. It just
Okay. All right. So, all right.
Yeah. So we're
Blow those babies' ears out.
yeah. We're driving north on Mills. Okay, on 7 Mills, out from my house. We're crossing over Colonial, so it's actually right where the jungle is, right where my dojo is, like right there, right?
Yeah.
I'm the first one in the lane. Some other douchebags in the right lane. Okay, we're both going straight. It's just a straight only. There's no turn left there. It's two straights. And I've honked at many of people trying to turn left where there's no left turn. And there's no fucking left turn as I drive by
Are you
them.
side by side?
We're side by side.
Are you at a stoplight?
Yeah, stoplight.
Okay,
on Mills and Colonial at the stoplight.
So
Mills
this
50
is
Colonial.
a Back to the Future scenario.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But this guy. Okay, so we start with the light turns green. I'm talking about Tracy about something. What we're getting.
We gotta get some nut butters, babe.
I think that's what we were talking.
He doesn't
about.
have many, thoughts.
I'm pretty sure it was about the milk, though. I need to find that milk, so I need to take a picture and send it to Tom.
Oh, your titties look so engorged. I'm so horny.
All right, I've been asking
we haven't
Seth
talked
about
about
what the type of milk to buy for my at-home smoothies or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he gave me some milk that I don't even recognize.
milk.
I was like, where do you even get this?
Whole Foods, you get everything at Whole Foods. It's good shit.
They don't have a Whole Foods in Castleberry.
No,
you gotta go outside.
Not allowed.
They got a fancy
They have a
fruit.
half food.
Fancy fruits.
Which is not that fancy.
Yeah,
I was like, well, this goddamn fruit flies.
People at
flies.
Castleberry called fancy fruits candy.
it's just fancy fruit flies.
Refrigeration in here was from the 70s.
Oh, God, gross. So
This is an old Spencer's.
light turns green. I am not paying attention. I'm just kind of aimlessly driving like I normally do. I don't pay attention to much at all.
Okay, you should probably do that when you have a baby.
Me texting.
And then I wasn't texting, and then all of a sudden I felt my whole truck smash to the side.
Whoa!
I instinctively turned back into the side because it's pushing me into the oncoming traffic lane.
Okay.
So I fucking pushed back, and I don't remember if I hear Tracy scream or not, but she's like, she said something. I look. Essentially, I look off to the side because I'm so fucking high up, and this little car, this little piece of shit, fucking
new exhaust!
90s Geo, whatever the hell that this fucker was driving,
Geo Tracker
swerved into my lane, sideswiped me.
Okay.
And I pushed back into him essentially what I saw after I drove up over his fucking car like a monster truck.
Killed him.
Over his car.
God, you killed
Hold on, you drove over.
Yeah, because my car was going
to pushed back into without thinking
This is
about
good?
it.
I pushed
He was
back
like
in.
the person pushed into me, and I'm like, fuck him, I'm going to drive over him.
That's kind of what I pushed back in. I didn't know what hit me. I just pushed
It's
back.
like you're doing go-karts at Elevate, and somebody hit you, and you're like, fuck you, I got you.
Kind of, but I was more instinctively saying I don't want to come into the oncoming traffic, so I went back the other way.
No.
And
I
my
know what
front
you're
end
doing.
went up in the air like I was going up over a hill.
You were
But it was
going
like,
over the guy driving over the mountain of Checkers Burger trash and his Geo Tracker.
So you drove over a tiny car.
Good.
And then, okay, immediately it came back down.
Oh,
then,
yeah.
Then
And
we
that's on
looked,
the man's skull.
We saw each other. He fucking went out, rolled his window down right away as we're driving down Mills.
Why'd you drive over my car, motherfucker?
About 10 miles an hour at this point, and we're holding up traffic because we're screaming. He screamed, "Motherfucker, that was a fucking turn only, you piece of shit!" And of course, I immediately saw red and fucking got crazy and was like, "You fuck! I've lived here 15 years. This is a straight only. I've yelled at many people for turning left there. You're not supposed to. It's only straight." And it was only straight. 100% was only straight. So I fucking bit, and then Tracy.
Perfect place for a baby.
Tracy's sitting back.
You drive?
Baby in the car.
I'm driving as I'm doing this. No, I haven't stopped. So we're kind of going like 10 miles an hour as this is happening.
I thought you get an
When you
accident.
crush the man's car, you should stop.
I swerve into the center turn lane, and then I was like, "You better fucking stop!" And as soon as I turn in there, and I don't see him kind of turning in right away, I'm like, "Tracy, call the cops now! Call the fucking cops! Call 911!"
No, don't yell at Tracy.
Oh my God, that's my child.
Is she holding her belly? I can't take this anymore.
This is too crazy.
Actually,
You're fighting with a Geo Tracker.
So he finally pulls in, and he's still fucking yelling, "You piece of shit! You fucking asshole!" I'm like,
does he
"Fuck
know
you!"
who he's
I'm like,
yelling
"Get in
at?
here right now!" I'm like, pull in here right the fuck now." He's like, "Oh, I'm pulling in. I'm pulling in."
Pull it in because I'm going to get out. I'm going to smoke crack.
So we pull into Tori's parking lot right there on Mills 50.
Yeah.
Tori.
Right across the street from my dojo.
What is Tori? Is that a restaurant?
Yeah, restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, not Tori. Faux 88, and then right next to Faux 88 is God damn it, the other restaurant.
Pho
there.
88.
Pho 88. I'm sorry.
You're in the Asian
I'm sorry,
culture.
I'm
You
Let's
should
just
know how to
assume.
say
Anyway, it's a parking
another
lot.
Asian
It's a parking lot.
establishment.
It's not Tori.
Pho 88, whatever.
Anyway, he gets out of the truck. I fucking.
He's in his pajama
This
pants.
is bad. I put my Tonto on my seat.
Yeah, it is Tori. Sorry, go ahead.
You know, my little samurai sword.
You put a samurai sword on your seat?
Well, it's a Tonto blade. It's like what they used to carry when they lost their swords.
I like how Seth is like, I put my little Tonto on my seat. And he's like, and then he's like, you know what that is, right?
Yeah.
I thought you knew what a Tonto blade
tiny ceremonial sword.
Why would I know what a Tonto
Because
blade is?
Tonto blade is kind of well known for people that.
Tonto. I thought that was
You know about knives? I have knives.
I have never heard of a Tonto blade, and that does not come up in my normal dad life.
It will now, though. It will now. Tonto blade.
I'll get you a good Tonto blade. They're good to have.
All right.
Also, why carry a tiny sword with you in your car? What is that going to do?
How's that going to stop?
In case a sword fight breaks out, either someone's going to kill you
If someone
with their
comes in
gun.
with a baseball bat and he doesn't have
Okay.
a gun, then I'm going to pull out my Tonto blade.
No Tonto versus gun.
Also,
That doesn't work.
Are you
gun,
going to
right.
stab him in the heart with your Tonto blade?
If he tries to threaten my life, I will.
Okay, so what happened?
Seth, hold on. With a normal fat dude with a baseball bat, I mean, still,
I could probably tackle him and be fine.
but you shoot on him, and
I don't have a gun in my. I don't like
No,
carrying a gun.
I mean,
Baseball bat
MMA
tackle.
shooter.
MMA shoot.
Now I'm using MMA terms.
Yeah, okay.
He's not a fighter.
Also, he's gonna fat guy swing that and then not be able to recoil again. You'll be able to shoot and
It's
get
more
him
to
in the hold-
deter than getting a fight. If they have that and I flash that, they might like, oh.
Yeah, but they might shoot you if you flash that.
That's when he kills you.
Yeah.
And then the cops are like, well,
he
you
had
pulled out
pulled a gun. He pulled his Tonto out.
You're escalating things. So like you
He
just
escalated it.
It's better to have it than
You
not
have an
need it.
escalating Tonto.
I think
But
it
I
made it
didn't pull.
worse.
I don't pull anything out. I just had it ready in
so you
case he
pulled
had
it and laid it on your
cushion. As I got out of the car, put it there. He got out screaming. As soon as I fucking stepped out of the car, he goes, "Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, man. I'm fucking." So he fucking was totally did a 180 and was like,
Well,
super
so
apologetic.
lean and not fat like me.
Well,
you
he was
have a
tall, though. He was
Tonto.
big. He was like
Yeah.
6'4".
But you have a Tonto, so I'm not doing anything.
He saw your ears, and everybody.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Probably did.
I mean, this is I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you
Look at
are
their ears.
about to fight someone
Or their
with
hands. You
cauliflower
look at their
ears,
hands.
no, it's ears. The ears are the tell. If they have cauliflower ears, they're going to fuck you up. Unless you have cauliflower ears, then you may have a chance. But if they do and you don't,
Now, what if
you're
I
done.
was born naturally with cauliflower?
I don't think
know
that's
if
a
that ever
possibility.
happened.
I think it's just a deformity.
Then
I have it. It's a.
I can tell by your body that
You can tell. Yeah,
I got
everybody's
cauliflower ears, and then
a doughy body.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're a good for you're a lazy cauliflower.
Anyway,
So Tracy's on the phone with 911 trying to say what just happened. As soon as he gets out, he's apologetic. He's like, "You're right. That was a straight." I'm like, "God damn!" I'm still fucking heated. I'm like, "I'm not giving this guy any fucking quarter." Like, fuck
You made me pull my Tonto out.
Like, fuck you. Like, you fucking come at me and you're with wrong fucking facts. Like, fuck you, dude. Like, you just fucking demolished my fucking what I thought demolished my truck, like my brand new fucking expensive ass truck. And you're in a piece of shit that doesn't
so
matter.
rich, can't even look at it.
Yeah. So I fucking. He's like, "Well, what happened? What happened?" I'm like, I'm about to look. And he went and looked. I'm like, he's like, "You see anything?" I'm like, "Chill out. I'm fucking looking." I look everywhere, under, above, the whole entire side. When I knew it was just the front, but I looked on the back side, the front side, underside.
It was just the tire.
I looked at my tire, and there was a little bit of his fucking paint on the edge of my tire. I'm like, pull your car up next to mine, so I want to see where your
match the paint.
where your shit smashed.
I want to
in.
match this yellow to that yellow.
Exactly. I wanted to see his height of his car and where it was on the height of my car.
Now lick my tire, you piece of
He
shit.
pulled up next to it. He's like, "Man, again, I'm sorry." He's like,
You're gonna lick my tires clean,
And then he started-
aren't you? And then you're gonna suck my dick in front of my wife, who's carrying my baby, my brand new baby. I don't know.
And then he started going. It was Father's Day. That it was.
Oh
it was
wow,
Father's Day.
that would have been good.
So he's like, "Man, I'm just having a bad day. I thought the worst thing that happened today was my kids eating my food, and now this happens."
Kids eating my food. I really love Five Guys.
Yeah, that's what he said. Some stupid shit about that. But he pulls this
That is stupid
little
shit.
little piece of shit car next to my thing, and it lines up where his whole back end, where it looks like a monster truck drove over the back of it. It lines up perfectly with my tire.
That's not funny.
And I'm like, he's like, "I think it was just your tire." I'm like, "Well, I want to be sure." And the cops come. They do it. We sit there for 20 minutes. They do an accident report and stuff like that. And the cop's like, "Yeah, man, it doesn't look like it was anything was damaged." He's like, we're going to write a report on it, but it's going down as he's at fault because he swerved into your lane.
My kids ate my food.
And the whole time he was just like, "Man, I'm sorry." Like, so he's apologetic, but I was still being a dick. I'm like, yeah, you should be
You're
sorry.
not letting it
like,
go.
you came at me with fucking being an asshole about
Yeah.
it, and you fucking fucked your own fucking car. And then he kept saying to the cop,
You
he's
almost got a Tonto to the fucking skull, man.
yeah. So and then we went on our way. That was it.
Okay, that's
so it was
the
a good
good.
story
That's
for
the good.
me.
That's the good.
Because nothing happened to my car after I thought he
The
smashed
chat
my
room
car.
is questioning the good. They
What,
don't-
really?
Yeah, they don't see it. They don't see it.
How is that no
They said
good?
It was a great story. Great story, but very little good.
I mean, your baby.
It's good that everyone was safe. No one got hurt.
Utero. He listened to you scream.
Fine baby. Fine baby.
Well, yeah, they just
She did.
Tracy's stress is through the roof.
yeah,
I'm not
leave her
sure that's
alone.
good
My God, leave her
for
at
a baby.
home.
I
Leave her
have
at
no
home.
idea. Yeah. Some would say that if you didn't have this giant jacked
The
up
chat
truck,
room is confused. They said they thought you were supposed to do a good deed. So was the good deed you didn't Tonto the guy?
the good. No, what do you mean? It's just a good story in general. It happened to be.
It was a
that
good
no-
story. I'm not discounting that. It's a great story.
In what way is it good? I mean, some would say that
It was good for me because financially it didn't hurt my wallet and essentially my newborn child's because I don't have to spend any extra money on fixing my car.
I thought you were supposed to be doing something good.
I did. I did not murder the
Christine
guy.
got it. The truck wasn't injured.
Yes. That.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. That's. Thank you.
He's like,
Yeah.
He's like,
Who said that?
touchdown.
Who said that?
Christine.
Christine, good
said,
job.
yeah,
Yes, you are
touchdown,
correct,
Christine.
Christine.
Now,
that was a question, by the way. That
Yeah,
wasn't a
yeah.
statement.
Yeah, touchdown.
The problem is,
Good job, Christine.
It's all a paradox. It's like when someone says, "God save me from the plane crash," and you're like, "Well, he could have prevented the plane crash." So I would argue that if you never
He
got
didn't have
into
his
the
ears on.
accident
Didn't have his ears on.
to begin with, that would be
It was
ultimately
how about this? It
good.
was a good scenario
Okay.
of
a good
I'm
ending.
just excited for bad. I don't know about you guys, but I'm salivating
Well,
for
but it was
bad.
his
I
bad
feel
story.
like somebody just brought in handmade pizza and was like, "Hey, made some handmade pizza, got extras. Do you want a slice?" And I'm like, salivating for it.
Yeah. Although his story is like, I ran into some guy and I got fucking road rage. I started screaming at him, and when he got out of his truck,
I had my pregnant fiance freaking out and calling 911.
When he got out, he saw me and my sword, and he backed down because he's a pussy ass. That's the good sword.
Yeah, and he was the guy who beat up Kimbo Slice. I scared the guy who beat up Kimbo.
So I'm shopping for my baby, and I almost didn't kill a guy.
All right,
that's part of the good story too. I just bought her a lot of new clothes. So
okay, that is a good. Okay, so what's the new good? Or is it good or bad now?
Oh, it's a bad one.
It's a bad now.
But it's a funny bad. It's not really bad. It's bad because me and my brother and sister were horrible kids. Bad. So this goes back
to the Wayback Machine.
Now you're throwing your siblings under the bus.
This is the therapy,
this
right?
is them
We are
too.
the therapy.
This is the therapy thing. Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
Right. That's fine.
I want to remind you
because it's making me think of how my child. I thought about this. I'm like, shit. You guys told me
that's
they're
what
gonna
Tom
be
said.
Yeah, they're going
I
to be.
said
like,
your kid would be cool. Tom was like, "Are you fucking out of here?" Tom was like, looked at me like,
well,
because
I heard the stories.
Tom was like, "I've never been like." He looked at me like, "You're the dumbest motherfucker alive," and I'm like.
Well, I'm just saying, I've sat here and heard Seth's childhood stories over and over.
But it's a girl.
Then
it's going to be a Tracy.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
I don't
Tracy.
think that doesn't seem like it matters in the great
He also just said his sister was.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. All right,
Yeah, my
let's go.
sister's part of
Let's
this
go.
too.
Here we go. Let's go, sister.
Okay, so you guys all know my grandfather owned the excavating company, right? So we put
Petrozelli Construction.
Yeah, love these stories. Oh my God, are we going to get a turd in a water bottle?
Well, this is in honor of Char, so this has to do with shit, of course.
Okay.
Lots of shit in this story. So yeah, we put in septic tanks, we did drain fields. So I was kind of like savvy to all this. Like I knew about all of it because I worked with them since I was like little bit during the summer. Like I knew how to attach a piece of PVC to the stupid drain field piece and all that little stupid stuff.
Should have built.
I knew how it kind of worked. So at our house where we lived in, I was in middle school. I don't fucking know, 10, 11 years old. My brother's 2 years younger. My sister's 2 years younger from him. So we're all 2 years apart, right?
Okay.
So something was going on with our septic system at the time, or it was backed up. It wasn't working. A piece of PVC detached from the septic tank. Some shit. So one Sunday or weekend, my dad's digging up the whole fucking yard trying to fix it, right?
Hey, that's you.
Yeah, like big giant hole. He hate every Sunday. All I remember when I was a kid from him when it was hot out was, I fucking hate this place. I'm fucking last fucking summer here. I'm moving up north. It's fucking hot. And he's always dripping and like fucking miserable every single summer. I remember him being a fucking miserable guy.
He didn't move.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the thing about digging up a septic tank is eventually you hit doo-doo. because the damn
It's all
thing
like gold.
is designed to leach the doo-doo out of the tank.
Right.
And then so like you're digging and eventually it's going to be doo-doo dirt.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
pure doo-doo.
So this was okay. So there's two spots where it attaches, right? It attaches from where the pipe comes out of the house to the septic tank.
That's the
and then-
source doo-doo.
Okay, yep. And then it goes into the septic tank. Then it raises up, and then it disperses doo-doo into the yard.
Yeah.
That's the doo-doo fields.
The doo-doo fields. That's the drain field. So this was the problem was where it attaches from the house to the septic tank. That part of the doo-doo field.
Okay.
Or doo-doo part. So so he dug all that up, unscrewed it. The water's still on. Everything in the house is still on at this point, right?
Okay.
So I fucking knew how this works. Like, you take a fucking shit in the toilet, it's eventually going to come down that pipe, right?
You're also, contrary to anyone that doesn't like you, you're not an idiot. You're a smart guy. And so
I'm a smart fella.
you take a little bit of the machine that you have. The machine is, I know where this is going. God damn it, Sam.
So I said this first. I'm like, Derek, you should go take a big shit in the toilet.
Why?
And then flush it so we see it right now coming through. And my dad,
you know what? I support that one.
The greatest bullies bully someone at their most vulnerable, frustrated moments too. Which I like,
they're at their weakest.
Look at the.
That's the fucked up thing is about us. We hated my dad enough to like make him every time he got pissed and threw shit. We ran and we like belly laugh where you can't stop laughing.
Wait, so if your dad did what? What
hit his hand, like nailed and hit his fucking hand, or was like, fuck, oh goddamn.
We would have just
I broke my
thumb. You would run and hide and
just
cry laugh.
Cry laugh because it was so fucking funny to us when he got upset and pissed off, like cry laughing. It was so funny. So we wanted to make him pissed off and
I can
upset.
only imagine your daughter laughing at you, some dumb shit. You're smashing some shit, and then her and JC are laughing at you.
I think it's the same fucked upness that wanted me to kick in my grandma's door when she was shitting, and she'd get all pissed, and we would just laugh because she'd get upset about it.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Terrorizing your family.
Yeah, we were little terrors. Yeah,
this is genetic, by the way.
Okay, so you tell him to go.
So it's all three of us. We're kind of helping my dad. We need a fresh shit. My dad heard this. He's like, "Come on." He's like,
"Come on, guys, no more fresh shit."
So he has the PVC top open, so you see a big opening and you see water just kind of flowing. Not flowing. When the toilet flushes, you'll see it flowing.
Yeah.
Right? So he's like, "Just go do it, and then we'll shut off the water, and I can work on this."
So he's got the top of the pipe off.
Top of the pipe off, so
But
you
he
can see down
did
in
say he'd let you do one shit.
So
you know what? That's a good dad. If he's like, "Hey, this is some fucking stupid shit, but I'll let you do it."
Because we're laughing about it. We think it's going to be funny to see a huge turd float by like a piece of boat, and that's all you see.
Did he do frame it where he looked at it with a lighter and looked both ways?
So my brother does it. And runs out, and it takes about, I don't know, a minute to go through all the piping in the fucking house, and then eventually you see a bunch of toilet paper, and then here comes the fucking log float. And we all go, yeah! We all scream.
I'm so happy that you're so happy. I've never been this happy.
My dad too, because he was looking at us.
He's the source. He's like, "Oh, me like that too. Me root for turd."
No, he thought we were fucked up. He's like, "You guys." I remember him going like, "What's the matter with you guys?" Like, he let us do that one.
The
right?
chat room says they've never seen you this happy.
Because it's fucking. I'm recalling it, and I know how happy I was.
Your brother took a shit, and then you waited for it to come
and then
through the
everybody
pipe.
came through, the whole family cheers.
no, just me, my brother, and sister. Like, this is awesome.
And your dad screaming, "What's wrong with you?"
Oh, yeah, he's like, "What the fuck?"
Your dad, you go fucking moron.
So I know how to fucking shut the toilet water, like everything off, so that way nothing can be used in the house. Like, I know that. At that point, I did. So he went and did that. He takes the top off even more. So now there's like, I don't know, fucking about a foot circumference where you can actually see and reach down.
The game got a little spicier. Spicier game.
So my dad is elbow fucking deep, almost shoulder deep in there, fixing stuff or puttying something, PVC putty or some shit like that, right? So I fucking, I fucking run in, fucking turn the water back on, take a fucking, my shits when I was younger, man, they were like, they were the same. Fucking huge dump, and I remember it being red at the time.
Red?
Because of pasta sauce, I think. We ate so much pasta sauce as an Italian family.
That's a good
Italian dish.
You had ulcers, bro.
No, because I remember seeing tomatoes shit chunks in there.
God.
So it's
Between the bidet and this, I gotta get that. Why am I here? You cannot eat that much pasta sauce that your shit's red.
Are you drinking it?
If you had beets, that's different.
No, there's lots of pasta sauce. So I remember,
oh my God.
and I remember deliberately throwing extra toilet paper just so we could see a lot of stuff come through. So he doesn't know the water's on because we haven't flushed it yet, right? So I fucking do it. I look where they're at. I see that he's working on it. I flush and I run out and I stand right the fuck behind him. And I hit my brother and sister because they kind of knew what I was doing. And fucking,
I did the pasta shits. I gave him a grade A pasta shits.
And then 30 seconds later, fucking like clockwork, you see the water coming. He goes, "What? Fucking just screams bloody murder. Fucking throws his hands out.
Fucking pasta
shit all over his fucking hand and arm. Well, I didn't see it because I was laughing and running, and my sisters and brother ran at that point too because they didn't want to get slapped by him either. But he kept fucking coming after me, trying to like fucking grab me.
Slap you with my pasta
shit fucking hand at me hard.
This is a good one, man.
Like fucking raging.
You got me. This is a good one.
Like when my dad raged, he fucking.
Hey,
he
you
fucking
keep that in check.
Yeah.
You keep that in check. You get a baby.
So
I don't know how I would react if my son's shit on me.
Well, let's talk about it.
Because I don't think my instinct would be to pick up my shit hand and then run after them
out of the room.
like I was in.
No, that's a Homer Bart. That's a Homer Bart.
Yeah.
You don't have a Homer Bart.
I think
we had a Homer
I give
Bart.
him the Tom Cruise. Why did you do that? I was like, why'd you? Like I would just be like, why would you shit on me? Like why?
My dad was definitely Homer. He was fucking trying to like.
I like that you do it the time. You're like, what? Tommy, get here. Why'd you do that? Why would you do that, Max? No. You're not leaving the playroom. Why are you doing that is you.
I wouldn't be.
You guys made me cry.
So,
oh my god.
So after he chased me for a while, I remember going to my room, locking my door, and him banging the shit out of it. Not letting him in, of course. He would have broke it down, but he didn't at that point. So 10 minutes went by, calms down. He's still out there. I go and look in the window, still watching him do it. And I fucking, I get my sister. I'm like, Kirsten, come here. I'm like, okay, you got to do this. I'm like, can you do it? Can you shit? Can you fucking take a shit?
No,
right now?
but there's more.
Oh, there's fucking more.
How can you guys shit on command all the time?
It's a Petroselli way.
If you push hard enough, you can get something out. I had to shit because I fucking.
That's why you got blood coming out. You push it too hard.
So I got
I don't really agree with that.
Checked out. Sam's like, I'm out.
I think if I just push hard at any point, shit's not going to come out.
Right,
That's not true. Don't believe. No,
your bowels
Seth said that. That's not true. Okay.
It's definitely not true. So anyway, brought my sister in. She was younger at that point. She was like, I don't know. I'm like, just fucking do it.
What a shit. You're grooming me.
I'm like, fucking do it. Fucking do it. So I'm hiding inside. Derek and Kirsten, my two brother and sister, are still out there. My dad's fucking furious at this point, still fucking mad. But the thing about my dad is he'll get to a point of when he's fucking pissed, and then he'll kind of have like a mini stroke and just be like, I'm done, like apathetic.
Well, hold on. That's not. Hold on.
My dad used to get so mad.
He would have a stroke.
He would have a stroke.
But his face would get numb. And
I knew I'd made Dad mad, but my plan was to have my sister shit and give him a stroke.
Not a stroke, but he would just get quiet, apathetic, like time stood still. He's like, throw his hands up and just be done with it, and walk away and just leave it and just fucking be done with it. So he'd get to that point.
All right, so your poor sister.
So I made my sister go in there. I remember like being like right at the door. She was doing it, and I'm like, okay, throw a bunch of stuff.
Watching?
Abusive. Yeah, you're right at the door. You're like, you better fucking shit.
And she throws it. I'm like, put more. She's put tons of shit in there. I turn the water on once more, fucking flush it, and I run to the windowsill instead of outside. This time.
Why?
Why? So
did you think it would make it worse? Did you care?
Wait, what worse?
Okay, so like you knew he was mad, and you knew
that made it better
because I just knew there was more to do. I don't know.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
I don't know. I liked seeing chaos, and it was funny to me. Chaos was funny to me.
Oh man, your plumbing is going to be torn apart.
You don't just stop bullying because the person's had enough. That's when you start amping it up more.
That's
so you're looking through the window.
So I'm looking through the window. Essentially, the same type of thing happens. He gets. I don't know if he has shit on because I can't see the screen, but he fucking goes, pulls his hands out, and I see fucking water dripping from it and shit like that. And he goes, that's it, fucking done. And that's what his give up, his breaking point, right? So he's, I'm fucking done, runs into his fucking room, leaves everything open out, the sewer just open,
everything.
Runs around, fucking slams the door, and me and my fucking brother and sister are just hysterically, like, hyena laughing, like, around the house. Like,
oh, man.
I remember being gone the next day, like, at school, something like that, coming back, and it was all finished when we weren't there. But
did your dad keep his boat?
Funny story. You want to know about our boat that we had when we were younger? This is a bad story.
Man, I don't know if we can handle one much more.
It's really fast. So we had two boats, and they both sunk. One was just sitting out in the canal the whole time. We didn't use it for so long because they were busy being pain in the ass kids. We were too crazy. We were too crazy to take out in the boat. So my dad never took us out on the boat. And it rained for 2 or 3 days straight. The bilge pump didn't work, I guess. We came out, and it was fucking underwater.
Then it sunk
underwater, and then we had another one.
They don't let you just leave it there either.
They make you pay to
Then some salvage company, they know that you can't do it yourself, so whatever price they say is what you have to pay.
They will make
like $8,000. The boat's $2,000.
Yeah,
me and my brother used to sit on the canal and we had BB guns. Well, that's another couple bad stories.
Dude, too many. So many bad. What were you shooting? Cops?
Boaters that move.
Oh, my God.
Come on, man.
That's a bad one. That's a bad one.
We'd shoot in front of them so it'd splash, and they'd be like, hey! And we'd shoot little BBs at them and shit.
Oh, my God.
I hope is Tracy listening to
this?
Yeah,
she's in the chat.
She's in there.
Oh, she's in there?
You know, this is going to be, I mean, who knows? It's a shake of the genetics, but there's going to be a Petroselli in that, baby.
Who's stronger? But who's stronger genetically?
That doesn't matter with the shake. Whatever happens it seems like a randomness.
Well, there'll be won't there be like dominant genes and who knows?
Sure.
It's a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
It's how you raise them too. It's biological and social how we raise them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right.
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna get great pleasure when your daughter's shitting on you. In fact, I I don't know if there's any better pleasure in life for the inevitability of your daughter shitting on you somehow.
But the thing is,
if I re-experience that, I'll just say that I could die.
If you were ever working at your house and your daughter's shitting in a pipe to make it go,
you know how much I'll laugh?
I will love that stuff.
Yeah.
I will be like so happy because then it'll make me feel like the world is real. Like I'll be like, oh man, see, that's the way it works.
Me and Daniel will continue to do this show just so we can tell the story to whoever. Only Mike B will be listening.
I don't know what names you have queued up, but yes, for Baby Petrozelli, absolutely ready to go.
The thing is, I think I'm a one-off because I'm the one that made my brother and sister do this type of stuff. And like I don't know, my cousins aren't really like that. The girls in my family are like.
So everybody's
I'm
pretty
kind of like a
mellow.
one-off. I think.
Yeah.
Numbers not mellow, but they're not.
Yeah, but that shit
weird
gene
or-
is the strongest. It's like blue eyes.
Yeah, it is.
It's a brown. It's brown ass. That's what it's called.
Exactly.
Yeah, when you have it, it's gonna happen.
Oh, Grenger Mendel. All right, want to get out of here and plug some stuff?
Yeah. So Samantha, you doing semantics this weekend?
Yeah, we'll be recording tonight. I'm just getting over the brown ass gene.
Oh,
He just said. We'll be recording tonight a new episode of Semantics with my co-host from You Heard About This One, Derek Journey.
Nice.
As well as our buddy Paul. You guys might know him as Smooth Nipples.
Yeah, love me some smooth.
How's Paul doing?
He's about to have another baby, too. He's about to have
Is that
a girl.
the third?
No, it's just the second.
All right,
Is his
a boy and a girl?
nipples? Did they grow hair yet?
I have not looked at his nipples lately, but I will ask him tonight.
He looks smoother than ever.
I've
He
started.
grew his hair out real long, and then he just cut it.
Oh, really?
I started getting more chest hair and more nipple hair as I get older.
Yeah, my husband's got chest hair now.
And I never had chest hair.
Yeah.
And I
What do you
wonder
think? You like it?
if it's well,
You
it's.
play with it a little bit?
It's just
you
it's,
like it?
it's very little, but it's something
I did high school.
I didn't think. Well, I'm not a hairy person. I didn't even have an armpit hair until
It's
I was
not
like
hair,
16.
it's testosterone. Like normally it means that you're just now becoming a man.
Yeah.
doing that.
I'm just saying, my body's changing.
Finally going through puberty.
It's your second bout of puberty.
So, Seth, how can people get involved with their karate dojo or gym?
So I think we'll talk about this a little later about some of the stuff we were talking about. I've been talking over with Tracy and stuff, and we're actually seriously thinking about doing
Fight
some
Club.
sort of like a mommy and me and daddy and me type of karate training because I get
think that's great.
so many emails and phone calls about, which is crazy, 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds that want to put him in martial arts. I'm like, it's just too young. Like they can't pay attention.
Figure it out.
But I feel with their parents and an instructor there, all doing it together, like a whole family type.
Hold on, this is my business idea. So, I mailed it to myself.
Wait.
And I'm the one who's talking to you.
Steal it. It's fine.
No,
It's
no.
fine. Don't
The
worry
older
about him.
kids, yes, was your. I'm talking about little
Don't worry
kids.
about him. Everything's his idea.
So we do the older kids for the parents with the kids, but when then we also have like a little like not karate, but like maybe like an athletic style of a daycare where it's like 2-hour classes where they come and just learn about like how to move.
Well, that's just a variation of mine.
Well, it's a variation, but it's like an idea. So I don't know. We're talking about that and doing something like that. And that way I can help raise them so they're not going to be like me.
I do think that because I asked Seth, I was like, do they do a parents, kids together class? And Seth was like, I don't really have anything like that. And there's not really.
There's a lady here that does yoga. In Baldwin, that's like mommy and me yoga, and it crushed.
Really? See,
I-
that's what I'm thinking.
She's smart.
Because I want to go with my sons and do like some sort of martial art all
You just
together.
want to like be a part of it.
I don't want to like sit in the waiting room or my truck and then look at emails. I want to go and experience it with them. And I think there's a lot of parents like me that would want to do that. And I think putting together a class like that. Now, do I have to wear the robe and all that?
You have to wear the gi.
Oh, hold on. Now, can't I just wear some?
No, you can't
and
wear
one
like
basketball
tiny shorts.
I mean, maybe depending on what type of structure I do, whether it's like a combination of karate and jujitsu, maybe we can do just like the pants and a t-shirt.
You're gonna really dumb it down? You're gonna dumb it
Well,
down
I'm just
like
saying,
that?
dumb it down, but
for
just
guys like me, that
Man,
I don't want to go
know.
through the whole
I really
rigmarole.
liked it. Like it was a traditional dojo before, but now this guy's coming. He wants some Walmart
it'll be a
classes.
separate- it'll be a total
this
separate
guy
class.
wants his grape soda, orange soda,
No.
Walmart classes. He wants to do like this guy he
my
listens
sons
to
will forget
Joe
where the
Rogan every
robes-
day,
No.
and all he wants to do is do MMA.
I'm saying I'll forget my robes and all that. I just want to show up with my sons.
They're not called robes.
And teach them how to,
Dougie.
some discipline, some martial art,
You have
get
to
some
bow to the
exercise.
flag.
All that stuff. I feel like this will be separate from the traditional.
Okay.
Well, it could be, yeah. There's a lot of ways you can do it, either traditional or like a combination of traditional and not traditional. Like have separate for like the little like the babies, like the 2-3-year-olds, and then like 4-year-olds to like maybe 10. I don't know. I'm trying to like play with the idea and see how we. And plus hours, we got to have like
extremely aggressive names for your younger. Like the babies, they need to be like the Bloody Barracuda or something like aggressive names.
We have, our kids is the Kid Cobras, so
yeah, you got to be
a little bit, but not like
it's got to be like highly aggressive names.
Okay,
baby barbarians.
Baby barbarians.
Karate of Orlando.com.
Yes.
And what's your email if someone wants to inquire about the parents' kids classes?
Karate of Orlando. At gmail.com. Oh, shit. There's a Junguru Dojo. I don't ever get my email out.
Jungaruga Jr.
Yeah, it's Junguru Dojo. It's Jyanguru. Junguru Dojo. Junguru at gmail.com.
See, I try to say
it's how it's phonetically how you say jungle in Japanese.
Junguru Dojo.
Junguru. Ours are kind of like these. Junguru.
Karate of Orlando.
Just KarateOfOrlando.com. You click message, it'll go to that email. So
there you go.
All right, guys.
And discounts for all of you guys.
So again, any Shark Week emails send to Sam at TomandDan.com.
Didn't get enough shit stories today.
I was warming you up.
Thanks.
If you want to become a BDM, go to TomandDan.com. And we'll see you at Celery City tomorrow. And we'll be there around 6:30. No,
Tracy
it's too awkward if the list is
Tracy wants that. She goes, I want that coffin. I'm like,
it's like Tom can give her the link. I mean, she could paint this and make it like totally crazy. This is like a legit badass coffin.
Yeah. Well,
where is the lizard now? You got it frozen?
It's in the office in
on my desk,
Ziploc bag with alcohol.
You guys don't have it refrigerated?
No, 90. I was told by the lady that does taxidermy to put him in 90% alcohol on my desk for like a month. But we can't do a month, so I'm only going to do him like...
Oh, then it's not going to work.
It's going to be like 12 days.
He's going to rot.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to rot.
Don't tell Crystal. She's like, put him in the ground.
No. He'll mummify.
Doesn't she know what's happening tomorrow?
Yeah, but she's all about just putting him in the ground. And then I'm like...
Put him in the ground.
Put him in the ground. What time is this at anyway? They're doing this?
6:30.
Oh, evening. Okay.
All right. We'll see you on Monday.
Well, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.